And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. We have a little diversion for you that may both relax and intrigue you. It deals with the subject of dreams. A great deal, too much, I think, is said these days about facing reality. It is considered a great virtue to face reality, while to spend time dreaming, fantasizing, we call it now, is thought to be shameful, if not downright sinful. Personally, I would not care to live if I could not dream. Would you?
I saw you coming out of her room.
Did you now? Did you really?
I won't have it, I tell you. I won't stand for it.
Well, what do you propose to do about it?
I don't know, but I'll do something.
Like what?
I'll tell her who you really are.
Oh, come off it. Now, stop talking nonsense. You don't really know who I am.
Our mystery drama, The Stuff of Dreams, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Elspeth Eric and stars Bryna Rayburn. Back to the subject of dreaming, which is what our story concerns itself with. Not the dreaming we do at night, which is somehow considered respectable because we think we do not control it. No, this story is about the dreaming we do while we are wide awake.
You sure you got the right address?
I believe so.
111?
That's right.
Mrs. Tipton.
That's right.
Well, she ain't gonna come to the door.
Well, why do you say that?
Well, she never does. Nobody ever does.
Well, somebody will today.
You think so, huh? Well, you're wrong. You'll find out. I lived at 113 all my life, born there. I was here when she moved in 20 years ago. Moved in and never came out. If it weren't for Mrs. Hutchins, the cleaning lady comes once a week, we think she was dead. But Mrs. Hutchins has her own key. Mrs. Tipton, don't let her in. You can stand there for 100 years. She'll never come to the door.
I really don't think it's any of your business.
Well, I'm just telling you what I know.
Look, I happen to be answering an advertisement. See? Here it is. I cut it out of the morning paper. It's about a job.
Something happened to Mrs. Hutchins? The cleaning lady? Well, she was here yesterday.
It's not an advertisement for a cleaning woman.
What's it for?
Doesn't say exactly, but there's no mistake about the address or the name. Mrs. Hilda Tipton, 111 West.
That's her, all right.
So, you see?
You're the first person I've ever seen ringing that bell in 20 years. Must be something up inside there.
Well, I really wouldn't know.
Oh, wait till I tell my sister. Will she get a kick out of this? Oh, hey, you mind if I stand here till she opens the door? That is, if she ever does open the door, which still remains in a doubt.
I do mind. I want this job. The money's very good, and it won't help my chances if she sees you standing there, gawking at her.
Oh, I'm not gawking. I got every right to be here. Just walking my dog, that's all. I do it every day, 3 times a day. Trixie and I always stop in front of 111 for a couple of minutes. We got a right.
Well, just the same, if you wouldn't mind...
Okay. Trixie's all finished anyway. Come on, Trix. We go home. We ain't wanted here, that's plain.
Thank you.
We can watch from our porch anyway, can't we, old girl? Sure we can.
Oh!
What was... Oh, that sun so bright. Well, come inside. Come in, for goodness sake.
You did say 3 o'clock, didn't you? I mean, that's what I understood on the phone. Didn't you say...
Go ahead. Go on into the drawing room. Go ahead. It takes me a little time.
At first, I thought that maybe you weren't home or I'd made a mistake or something. Oh, what a beautiful room. Oh, how perfectly beautiful.
Well, I was on the phone when you rang the bell. Takes me a while to get around. All this weight I have to carry. I have a glandular condition.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, go on, sit down. No, not there. That's a priceless antique.
I'm sorry. Where shall I...
Any place. I'm going to lie down on the couch myself. You don't mind?
Oh, I don't mind. I'll just stand.
If you want to. See, I have a heart condition, and my weight problem makes it worse. So I have to be careful. Well, now, you came about the position.
Yes.
What's your name? You told me on the phone, but I've forgotten. I talked to a lot of girls.
My name is May Cook.
May Cook?
Yes.
That's not a very imaginative name.
Well, it's mine. It's the only one I've got.
Well, you could change it to Maybelle, something like that.
Well, I don't really want to.
Oh, it doesn't matter what you call yourself. I myself changed my name from Hilda to Hildegard, but didn't seem to make much difference because I never see anybody or correspond with anybody or have anything to do with anybody, really.
Not ever? Not anybody?
Not since my husband divorced me and took my son away from me.
Oh, that's awful. Oh, I am sorry.
Not at all, no. He gave me plenty of money, and I bought this house and furnished it.
But even so, to leave you alone like that...
No, I never think about it. Or them. They got in the way.
Got in the way? In the way of what?
My kind of life.
Mrs. Tipton, it's really hard to see where I'd fit in. I'm a trained social worker. That's how I make my living. At least, that was how I made my living. I was discharged 6 months ago. They were cutting down, and... Well, I haven't been able to find anything in my field, and I'm running short of money, so I'm willing to take almost any kind of job if it's respectable.
Look, I'm not going to ask you to do anything you wouldn't ordinarily do.
Well, do you need a secretary? Something like that? I think I could manage that, maybe. Or be a companion.
Oh, I don't want a secretary or a companion. Why would I? I never do anything, and I prefer being alone.
Well, what is it that you do want?
I want somebody to live for me.
To live for you?
Precisely.
Well, I really don't know what that means, Mrs. Tipton. I never heard of anybody living for somebody else.
Well, I shall explain. I don't pretend that my life in this house is living. Not what most people would call living. Though what do they know? Nothing. Actually, my life here is infinitely superior to what they would call living.
Well, what precisely do you do, Mrs. Tipton?
I dream.
Just dream, that's all?
What do you mean, that's all? Oh, it's easy to see you don't know much about dreaming.
Well, you mean daydreaming? I know about that. I daydream sometimes. Everybody does, once in a while.
Yes, but how many make it a life's work?
Oh, not many, I guess.
Hardly anybody would be my guess.
Well, people don't have the time. They can't afford it. I know I certainly can't.
But I do have the time, and I can afford it.
But it sounds strange.
Of course it sounds strange. No one has the sensitivity or the imagination to withdraw completely into the life of fantasy. A life peopled with the oddest creatures, doing the oddest things in the oddest way, saying incredible things, producing incredible sensations.
You make it sound fascinating. But I'm a very ordinary person, really. I don't think I could do anything like that.
Of course you couldn't. And that wouldn't be what I'd require of you.
Well, I think we really ought to discuss that. You said you wanted me to live for you.
I want you out in the world, what people call the real world, living what they call a real life.
And that's all?
That's all. You're a social worker. You must have got around a lot.
Well, some.
Do you have a lover?
There's a man I'm interested in. We're not... What you said. I'm just interested in him.
My, but you're a proper little thing, aren't you? Well, never mind. I'd want you to go on dating, whatever you've been doing with this man, and whatever else you do with your time.
And that's all?
And report back to me once a week. Tell me what you've done.
I can't believe that that's all I'd have to do. You'd pay me for doing that?
Yes. $300 a week.
That's a great deal of money for just living and telling you about it. I just can't see why you'd want to pay me for doing just that.
Oh, if you insist on an explanation...
Well, I'd like to understand if I can.
Oh, very well.
You see, I'd be better at the job, I think, if I understood a little.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see, I'm thoroughly convinced that I've created the perfect life for myself. I live surrounded by beauty, charm.
It is a beautiful house.
All the senses are satisfied here. Do you smell the perfume in this room?
Yes, it's lovely.
I have it changed once a month. You see those draperies? Pure silk from Thailand. $100 a yard.
Oh.
And they're due to be changed shortly.
When you change them, do you just throw the others away?
Oh, you'd like to have them, wouldn't you? Well, perhaps if you're a very good girl.
Well, they're so lovely.
Everything in this house is lovely. Except me.
Oh, Mrs. Tipton.
Nobody
Please.
weighing close to 300 pounds could be considered lovely, but it doesn't matter. Because I have my dreams. And in my dreams, I weigh exactly 110. And my hair grows to my waist and is a light auburn in color. And my feet are small and narrow. And my eyes are clear and bright. And my fingers are long and tapering. Oh, well, never mind. The point is that in my dreams, I am the loveliest thing on earth. And the loveliest things happen to me.
Then why do you...
That's been my life for 20 years. And I've adored every second of it. But now, well, I'm starting to grow older. It's sad, but I'm growing older, and it's harder than it used to be to dream my beautiful dreams.
But everybody grows older, Mrs. Tipton, eventually.
I don't intend to. No. I mean to go on living in my dreams until the very end. If there ever is an end.
But there has to be, doesn't there? I mean, for everybody.
Not for me.
But I still don't see what you want me to do. I mean, I don't see what possible help I could be to you.
I need food for my dreams.
Food?
They're starting to grow stale, my dreams, repetitious. I've dreamed each one of them 1,000,000 times. I need new ones.
But can't you just make them up?
No, I can't. I need some contact with life as it's lived by others. You know, sometimes lately I've had the sensation that I was melting into my dreams, that I was vanishing into them, that I was becoming nothing but my dreams. Well, what I need now is to build a little bridge between me and the outside world, and since I clearly can't do this myself, I must have someone do it for me.
And that's what you want me to do? Build a bridge for you?
You think you can?
I can try. I'd like to try. Hello, Eddie.
Well, hello, Miss Cook.
How are you?
How should I be?
I know it must be hard for you.
I've done time before.
Oh, I feel so bad. It's my fault, really, that you're here.
Well, so you turned me in. You did your duty. You were a good citizen.
Yes, but...
So you feel bad?
Oh, Eddie, you know I take a special interest in you. You know that.
Oh, yes, I know that.
You haven't had an easy life.
You know anybody who's had what you'd call an easy life? I don't, Miss Cook.
You have to call me Miss Cook. I thought we were getting to be friends.
Well, you know something? I forgot your first name.
It's May.
May. I'll call you Maisie, okay?
Well, okay. At least it's better than Maybelle.
Maybelle? What kind of a name is that?
A woman I interviewed about a job yesterday. She thought I should change my name to Maybelle.
Oh.
Needless to say, I declined. Although I must admit, if she'd insisted, I'd have done it. The job pays so well.
Wait, well, you got a new job?
Well, it's very strange. I don't know how it's going to work out.
Well, now, wait a minute. It's legal, isn't it?
Yes, it's perfectly legal.
Okay, so what's the job? What does it pay?
Well, you're not going to believe it. $300 a week.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm not kidding. This woman, I don't know if she's crazy or what. She lives in this beautiful house. All this beautiful furniture, rugs, pictures. She never has any company. She never goes out.
Why not?
She doesn't want to. 20 years ago, her husband divorced her, and he got custody of their little boy. So she bought this gorgeous house, and she lives there.
Doing what?
Dreaming.
She sleeps all the time?
No, I think she means daydreaming, making up things.
Well, so what does she need you for? To help her make up things?
Well, she wants me to live for her.
How are you supposed to do that?
She says that all I have to do is live my normal life and once a week come and tell her about it.
What's to tell?
Well, she thinks if she has some sort of contact with the outside world, she thinks that would help her with her dreams.
Oh, that's what she needs. Help with her dreams.
And I get $300 a week. Isn't that crazy? Well, isn't it? Say something.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking.
What about?
I come up for parole next week. I think it'll go through. They practically promised me.
Yes, now what are you going to do when you get out?
Well, I told them I had a dishwashing job, and I do.
And where are you going to live?
Yeah, some flop house, I guess.
Well, you'll get a better job. I have great faith in you, Eddie. And if there's anything I can do to help, you know you can count on me.
Maisie, there's one thing you could do to help.
Well, what's that?
When I get out of here, let me move in with you.
Eddie,
just for a little while, till I get back on my
Eddie,
feet.
I don't know.
I don't mean shack up together. I mean, just let me sleep on the couch or the floor, anything.
Well...
It'd mean everything to me.
Well, for a while, maybe. Okay. You can stay with me for a little while.
Dear sweet Mother Nature, at whose shrine we all pretend to worship and whose dictums we constantly violate, what oddities she does create. Perhaps to revenge herself on us for our misdeeds. Perhaps to punish us for our hypocrisy. Perhaps to show her contempt for our stupidity. Whatever her reasons, it is an undeniable fact that here and there are specimens of her handiwork that shock, terrify, and appall us. I'll be back shortly with Act Two. Our tender little heroine, Miss May Cook, has secured a position with Mrs. Hilda Tipton, wealthy recluse. In return for a handsome salary, Miss Cook has only to lead her ordinary life and report weekly to her employer its mundane contents. To be, in Mrs. Tipton's words, her bridge to the outside world. For Mrs. Tipton spends all her time dreaming. Just dreaming. While in another part of town altogether is a man called Eddie who spends his time in prison also dreaming. Dreaming of the day of his parole.
Got the job, didn't you? She ought to give you your own key. I know she doesn't like answering the door. Mrs. Hutchins has her own key. She lets herself in. So why don't she give you your own key? You're getting to be as snooty as she is. Come on, Trixie. Let's not hang around where we're not wanted. We can always watch from the porch.
Come on in, May. Hurry up. Looks like rain. Terrible day. Oh, well, go on in. Take your coat off. Go on in. I hope to goodness you got something to tell me. Something with a little spice to it. I don't mind telling you. What you tell me about the world out there makes me glad I don't live in it. Oh, move that pillow, will you?
Which one?
On the couch, the gold one. I need it for my back. That's it. All right, now go ahead.
Well, the beginning of the week wasn't so very exciting. I bought some clothes.
What kind of clothes?
Well, a couple of shirt-waist dresses and...
Shirt-waist dresses?
Oh, they're very nice.
Nice?
I paid quite a lot of money for them.
Oh, didn't you buy anything, sexy?
No.
Nothing long and filmy and, revealing?
No, I've never worn that sort of thing.
Didn't you tell me you were in love with some man?
Yes, that's true, I am.
You wear shirt-waist dresses when you're with him? Alone with him, I mean?
Well, he hasn't been in town lately.
Where's he been?
Away.
Away where? Oh, you don't want to tell me. Okay. When's he coming back?
Well, he is back. He came back last night.
Oh, good. So, what did you do last night, the two of you?
Well, we went out for dinner, seeing as it was his first night home.
What did you eat?
He had steak, I had fish. We both had salad and ice cream.
Oh, Lord. Even the food you eat is dull. Don't you ever eat anything interesting?
We used to go to a Chinese restaurant sometimes.
Yeah. I bet you ate chop suey.
Well, yes.
So, after that splendid repast of steak and fish and ice cream, then what did you do, huh?
Well, we went to a movie.
What movie?
The one in the neighborhood. I forget the name of it.
Oh, May, you could make up a name.
Why would I do that?
Well, you know I never go out of this house. I don't know one movie from another. So if you made up the name of a movie, I wouldn't know the difference.
But why should I?
Because you're lying. You never went to any movie. Not last night, not after your lover's been away out of town, whatever. Now, I want the truth, young lady. I want the whole truth. You've been coming here, 3 weeks now, and you haven't said one word that was interesting. Near as I can tell, nothing happens out there in the world. Nothing whatsoever.
But it's true. Nothing much does happen to me, Mrs. Tipton.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for an instant. I couldn't have been so wrong about you.
I never said that I was interesting or anything like that.
I know, but there was something about you. I heard it in your voice over the telephone. So sweet, so mild, so eager to please. And then when I met you, I could see it in your face.
I don't know what you could see. I'm just...
Hunger. Yearning. You wanted my draperies, didn't you?
Oh, but only if you were going to throw them out.
Well, you'd take second-hand things if they were fancy, expensive. And then there was your manner. The way you smiled and agreed with everything I said, even if I was rude. I knew you must have another side to you. What I saw couldn't be the whole of May Cook. There must be another part of her that was jealous and spiteful and angry.
No, I'm not.
And guilty! Guilty of being spiteful and jealous and greedy.
No, Mrs. Tipton.
Yes, Miss Cook. Now, suppose you tell me about this lover of yours. Tell me all about him. What's his name? That'll do for a start.
Eddie.
Eddie what? You said he's been out of town.
He's been in jail.
In jail! In jail! Well, that's wonderful. In jail for what? What did he do?
Well, he broke into somebody's apartment.
Your apartment?
No.
Then how'd you get to know him?
It was the apartment of a friend of mine. So when she had to go to court to identify him, I went with her. She was frightened, so I went.
Now, hold on. I remember enough of the world to know that when a person says it happened to a friend, it didn't. It happened to that very person. So, this Eddie didn't break into the apartment of a friend of yours, did he? He broke into your apartment, and that's how you met him. Am I right? Isn't that what happened?
Yes.
Of course. Of course. Now, how did he get in?
Through the kitchen window.
And you heard him moving around?
Yes.
What did he steal?
Well, I didn't have very much. He took my mother's engagement ring and her wedding ring. I had a little cash, about $20. He took that.
And what else?
Oh, that's about all.
I don't want to hear about all. I want to hear all. What else did he take?
Nothing else.
He took you, didn't he?
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, he took you by force, against your will. I mean, rape, you ninny. He raped you, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Why don't you admit it?
Mrs. Tipton, I can't admit to something that never happened.
Oh, you make me sick.
Well, if that's so, perhaps I better not work for you any longer.
And give up all that money? You need it, you know you do.
Not that much.
Look, I want you to do one more thing for me, then we can call it quits. I want you to bring this Eddie person here to my house. I want to meet him.
I don't know if he'd want to come, Mrs. Tipton.
You bring him. Tomorrow night. I'll expect you both. For dinner. I've had enough conversation for today. You can go now. Your money's on the little table by the front door.
Thank you, Mrs. Tipton.
3 $100 bills. Crispy new ones.
Thank you, Mrs. Tipton.
For once, I got my money's worth. And I mean to get much more. Much, much more.
That's all you told her? That I spent part of a year in a slammer?
Well, there wasn't anything else to tell.
Well, it just doesn't add up.
Well, what doesn't add up, Eddie?
Well, that this old bag would want to meet me. I don't care how nutty she is or how lonely or how anything. That's not enough of a reason. No. There's got to be something else. Yeah, I know what these biddies have on their minds. All the time they got it on their minds. Didn't she ask anything about that?
About what?
You and me. About sex, dummy.
She didn't ask me. She told me.
Told you what?
That you raped me.
I knew it. There had to be something.
Well, of course I said you didn't.
Then what?
Then nothing. She got disgusted with me because I wouldn't say that you... Because I wouldn't say something happened that never happened. And so I said that maybe if that was the way she felt about me, maybe I better not work for her anymore.
You said that?
She didn't seem to care whether I quit or not. There was just one more thing she wanted me to do. And that was to bring you to her house tomorrow night for dinner.
And you said you would?
Well, I said I'd ask you. You don't have to go.
What do you mean I don't have to go?
She's pretty weird.
I want to go.
But, Eddie, I really believe Mrs. Tipton wants to think you raped me. I mean, I don't think she believed me at all when I said you didn't.
Well, we can set her straight, can't we?
Well, I don't think she wants to be set straight. It was a nice job while it lasted.
Oh, it isn't over yet.
Oh, yes, it is. I've made up my mind. After tomorrow night, I'm never going near that house again.
You know, you're perfectly right. You're not cut out for that job.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah, but me? I was tailor-made for that job.
You? You mean you'd go to work for her?
Well, why not? You said it was legal, didn't you?
Yes, it's legal, but
Well, I can tell
so...
my parole officer I'm working for a rich lady who is slightly eccentric. It'll sound great.
Oh, Eddie, I don't know.
Yeah, but I do know. Look, you made hash out of that job.
I know I did. It's
yeah,
just...
but I won't, believe me. I'll make it into the best paying job in the world.
Oh, you just want the money, is that it? Not that I blame you. I wanted it, too. But, you see, it isn't worth it. Look, here's the $300 that I got paid today. You take it. I really don't want it, and you need it, so you take it.
You don't think it's the money I care about.
Look, here. It's 3 $100 bills.
Hand them over.
Here.
Give me a match.
What for?
Never mind. I got one someplace.
What do you want a match for?
I got it.
Eddie! Oh, you can't... Oh, don't do that. That's $300.
Don't they burn pretty, though? Well, some people have money to burn, I guess. Not me, and nobody I know either. And even if we did have, I don't think we'd go ahead and actually do it. I mean, we'd somehow think of something else, anything else to do with it beside burn it. I mean to say, $100 bills are legal tender, not legal tinder. We'll be back shortly with Act 3. It is the next night now, and May is bringing Eddie to have dinner with Mrs. Tipton. Or is it the other way round? Is Eddie bringing May to the house of a woman he has never met? For contrary to May's expectations, Eddie jumped at the chance to meet May's employer. More correctly, her former employer. For May fully intends to resign, and Eddie fully intends to take her place. It is 7 o'clock, and May and Eddie are arriving at number 111.
Okay, keep the change.
Well, well, well.
Don't pay any attention to him.
Well, who is he?
He lives next door.
Well, I didn't expect to see you. Not tonight.
Remember, Eddie, this is the last time I'm going to come to this house.
I got you.
And with a man alongside you, too. Mrs. Tipton must be loosening up a bit. Am I right?
Just ignore him.
For 20 years, it was just Mrs. Hutchins went through that door. Then the young lady makes an appearance. Now, lo and behold, a young gentleman.
Why don't you just go on home, huh?
I live next door.
Well, go there.
Okay. Come along, Trixie. We'll sit on the front porch and watch what happens.
Ah, there you are. I've been waiting. Come in. Come in.
Oh, that was the most delicious meal I've ever been privileged to enjoy, Mrs. Tipton.
Better than prison food, Eddie.
Well, I haven't always eaten prison food.
I'll just bet you haven't. Oh, May, fetch Eddie another helping of the burnt almond mousse.
Yes, Mrs. Tipton.
Eddie, you remind me of somebody. I can't think who.
Your husband, perhaps?
Oh, heavens, no. My husband was a stick.
Your son?
Well, considering I haven't seen my son since he was 5 years old. Now, you're more like someone I've dreamed about.
Here's your dessert, Eddie.
Well, just set it down.
When you've finished, maybe you'd like to see the rest of the house, Eddie. You've seen the first floor. Maybe you'd like to see the second floor.
Well, now, that would be a privilege.
My bedroom, I think, is my masterpiece. It's in shades of beige at the moment. From ivory through parchment to ecru. Though I may change it.
Let me look at it first.
Oh, I will.
I've never seen your bedroom, Mrs. Tipton.
No, you haven't, have you? And I once promised to show it to you, didn't I?
Yes.
Well, then we'll all look at it together. Eddie, finished your mousse?
All finished. I
really should have an elevator installed. These stairs are getting to be too much for me. Voila. Entree.
Oh, how perfectly exquisite.
That's
Oh.
very nice. I commend your taste, Mrs. Tipton.
You really like it.
Yeah, I really do. But you said you were going to change it.
Oh, I change everything regularly. I get tired after a while. I need new things, new colors, new textures.
New sensations?
Most of all, new sensations.
Well, I have some thoughts on how you could redecorate this room.
Oh, have you indeed?
Oh, I wouldn't change a thing.
Who asked you?
Oh, it's just an opinion.
I'm interested in Eddie's opinion, not yours. Why don't you go downstairs and clean the table?
Yeah, why don't you? And wash the dishes.
I prefer to stay here. I wasn't hired to clear the table and wash the dishes.
And nevertheless, just this once. This one time.
Not this one time. Not any time.
May, step outside with me for a minute, huh?
Outside where?
Wait, just outside in the hall.
What for?
Well, for a little conversation, that's all. Now, come on. After you.
All right. Just for a few minutes.
Now, look, I want 5 minutes alone with Mrs. Tipton.
You really want to work for her? You want to do her living for her?
I really want to.
Eddie, you don't know what she's like.
Oh, I know exactly what she's like. She's another one of those women. I've known them all my life.
What women?
Women like you.
Oh, she's nothing like me.
Not outside, but inside, you're alike. You're the kind that likes criminals. You like everything about them. If I wasn't a criminal, you wouldn't like me.
I wanted to help you. To understand you, to help you to understand yourself.
I understand myself perfectly. I understand myself backwards, forwards, sideways. I'm bad, Maisie. Bad,
No,
bad,
no,
bad.
not really,
Yes,
no.
really, she understands. There's that fat blob in there. I'm what she's been dreaming about all these years. Lust and lasciviousness and uncontrolled passion, dreaming of a life where anything goes and the world belongs to the clever and the strong.
I've never lived that way. I've never dreamed about those things.
Oh, yes, you have, baby. You haven't got the gumption to do anything for yourself, so you find somebody like me and pretend you want to change me, but you want to rehabilitate me. Isn't that what you call it? Well, I can't be rehabilitated, baby. I don't want to be. And that fat lady in there doesn't want me rehabilitated. She wants me just the way I am. So now if you'll excuse me.
Eddie.
Mrs. Tipton? Well, you've turned off all the lights.
The moonlight comes through the windows.
Well, how romantic. Moonlight streaming through parchment silk. And where are you, Mrs. Tipton?
Here, Eddie.
Well, now, would you by any chance be in the big canopied bed, Mrs. Tipton? The big bed draped in ivory net?
Silk net.
But I can scarcely see you.
You can hear my voice.
So I can, Hilda.
Oh, call me Hildegard.
You said I reminded you of someone.
Someone I've known intimately.
Well, suppose I light a match and you take a look at my face. Think who it is I remind you of. You ready?
Oh, yes. Why, I know you. I know you. Is it possible
Is what possible?
that you are him, the fiend, the arch-fiend?
Am I?
Oh, light another match.
Look carefully at my face, Hildegard.
Oh, is it possible? You're here with me, and you are going to...
To what?
You're going to force yourself on me, aren't you? Oh, I know it. It's what I've dreamed of. Oh, light another match, my beloved. Your Majesty, your satanic Majesty, I am your servant, your slave. What is that? The room is growing red. There's fire. The bed is on fire. I'm on fire! On fire!
Trixie. Oh, Mrs. Hutchins. Mrs. Hutchins.
I'm in a hurry.
Oh, terrible thing about the fire.
Terrible.
That beautiful house. Though I've never been inside, of course. Have they been questioning you, the police and the fire people?
Yes.
Well, they'll get around to me later. Me and my sister.
No doubt.
We were the ones who called the fire department, you know. Didn't they tell you?
No.
Oh, yes. My sister and I heard this sort of explosion. And then we saw smoke coming out of one of the upstairs rooms.
Mrs. Tipton's gorgeous bedroom.
Is that what room it was?
Yes.
Then she must have started it herself.
I wouldn't know about that.
Well, nobody got out, I understand.
Nobody.
Where was Mrs. Tipton at the time?
In her bed.
They found her there.
Yes.
And the young girl, Miss Cook, I believe her name was.
Outside the door.
The door to the bedroom?
Yes. And the door was locked.
Why, the poor girl must have been trying to get in to save Mrs. Tipton.
It looks that way.
But where was the man?
What man?
The man who came to the house with the young lady.
There was no man.
Of course there was a man. He drove up about dinner time with the young lady, and they went into the house together. Now, he never came out because my sister and I watched the house back and front. From that moment on, we were so surprised to see a man going in.
No man was found in the house.
Well, wait till they get to questioning me. I'll tell them about the man that went in and never came out.
You'll only be making a fool of yourself.
Well, it must have been the man that set the fire.
The fire started in the bedroom, and the door to the bedroom was locked. And no body of any man was found, so there. Now, I've got to be getting on home. You can tell your fanciful tale to the police if you want to.
But how did it happen? How did the fire start?
It was the work of the devil, if you ask me. He has sly ways, the devil has. Very sly ways.
And all their pretty dreams went up in smoke, which, I am given to understand, is not an uncommon fate for dreams that are too remote from reality, and in particular dreams of violence. These especially are doomed to end in smoke and fire and death. So dream away, my friends, as I shall continue to do. But be careful what your dreams are made of. I'll be back shortly. Our revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. As so often happens, the final word is given to the one who says it best, Master William Shakespeare, born 1564, died 1616. Our cast included Marion Seldes, Bryna Rayburn, Jack Grimes, and Dan Arco. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. It's pleasant out, with the moon riding high, bright enough almost to read by. The very opposite of the night that Julie Connor's story begins for us. A black and lowering night, the atmosphere heavy with the promise of rain. Dark. The dark, not being able to see, only to imagine what surrounds us. For some, it is peopled with presences and things and unimaginable horrors. Why? That's what our story is about. It begins as we listen to Julie move and moan in her sleep.
You're trapped, Julie. Trapped. Now, at last I can rid myself of you. Feel me closing in like the walls. Nearer, closer and closer. Do you feel me crushing you like a fly? And then pressing in on you till all breath is gone. You are nothing. Just another hole in the dark.
The light! Where is... Oh, no! Help me! Help me!
Our mystery drama, The Dark Closet, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Fred Gwynne. It is sponsored in part by Buick Motor Division and Sign-Off, the sinus medicines. I'll be back shortly with Act One. For the goblins will get you if you don't watch out. No American kid of my generation escaped the dire prediction of little orphan Annie, for whom James Whitcomb Riley had begun his poem prophetically with the words, "Came to our house to stay." I know for me she did. I can still remember the little boy who went to bed, and when they turned the covers down, he wasn't there at all. Or the little girl who says, "Two great big black things a-standin' by her side, who snatched her through the ceiling, for she knowed what she's about. For the goblins will get you if you don't watch out." I wonder what goblin holds Julie Connors in his thrall.
Help me! Help!
Julie, what is it?
The light, Pop. Put it on. The light, please. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Why didn't you turn on the light by the bed? Did you have to break that lamp?
I didn't mean to. I was just so scared I reached out to turn it on and knocked it over by accident.
That was one of your mother's favorites.
Pop, don't blame me too much. Someone turned it off.
Someone meaning me. I told you time and time again, Julie. Waste not, want not. I looked in here when I got home and you were sound asleep. Lamp still lit.
I only keep it that way this time of year when it gets dark so early. Just till I know you're home.
Huh? Why? What are you afraid of? And you don't have to go to bed so early.
I got nothing else to do.
Oh, we're in town. You got the television.
I'm tired of that old tube, living other people's lives. I want to live my own.
Yeah, time enough for that.
I'm 17, going on 18.
All the more reason you don't need lights on when you're sleeping. And stop having those nightmares. I reckon that's what it was again. Huh? Another one of them?
Yes.
What?
Doesn't matter.
Huh? Then I'll say it for you. The boogeyman again, I suppose. Ha! I swear, I don't know what I'm going to do with you, child. Child! That's the trouble. That's what you ain't anymore. Except in half the time you act like you was one.
Maybe it would help, Pop, if you stopped trying to treat me like one.
You think you're not?
I'm in my last year of high school. And I've been keeping house for you ever since, Mama.
We won't talk about your mother.
Okay, Pop. All I meant to say was, if you can trust me to take care of the house, well, you could trust me to take care of myself. You work a 4 to midnight shift. I get lonely here nights. I could date, except...
I don't want you dating when I'm not around to meet the kind of guy you're going with. Not these days. The riffraff that's abroad.
Just because maybe a guy has long hair and wears old jeans should make so much difference. On the farm, all we wore was jeans.
I just don't want to see you running around with trash. You was always a rebel, Julie. Don't try to be one here in the city. Think of your ma. That's the way you ought to turn out. Except when she...
Can't you ever forget Mom?
What?
I mean, try to hide her away in the back of your mind. Like we all have to. And just think of today.
I can never shut your mother away. Yeah. I just wish you could learn to live like her. Make your peace with the world. Then maybe you could shut out these dreams that hurt you. Yeah, and hurt me, too.
Maybe if I just had a little more freedom.
In a couple of months, you'll be 18. I have no control over you then. But until you reach that birthday, I will not let you run wild like all the other kids. I promised your mother that before she died.
Why don't you trust me, Pop? Leave me to make my own decisions.
I can't. I promised Mary. She wanted only the best for you.
She isn't here to find it for me anymore. Let me do my own finding.
No, by heaven. I give my word, I keep it.
Tim Sadler's asked me for a date tomorrow night.
Yeah? I don't hear good things about him.
You mean I can't go?
I mean, you better not. I have 6 months left to bring you to your mother's image. I will do everything I can to make you that. But about your dream.
Forget it. It doesn't matter anymore. I was just being a child, and I know it. I can see that it's time for me to grow up. Good night, Pop. You need your sleep. Me too.
Yeah. You sure you're okay?
Don't worry about me. Sweet dreams.
Yeah, there aren't any left for me. I just wish I could make sure that a whole lifetime of them ahead for you. Well, I'll turn off the light.
No. I'll get it. I have to go to the bathroom.
All right, then.
Pop,
Huh?
I love you.
Sure. You know how I try to feel, Julie. It's just since Mary, yeah, there isn't much to give. Good night.
Good night. Even when she was alive, there wasn't much for you to give. Oh, God. Will the daylight never come?
Hey, you look pretty freaked out there, my old lady.
Thanks for the lift. And I'm not your old lady.
Oh, these last few weeks, I thought we were finally going to begin to make it.
Oh, Tim, it's not you. It's...
I know. Your father.
No, not that so much. Something else.
Well, what?
Oh, something I can't explain. Maybe you ought to dump me. I'm not any good for you.
Well, you have been stringing me along there. What's got you down? Sneaking out with me nights behind your old Dodo's back?
I don't like it, but what other way is there?
He still expects you to sit home and knit or something, huh?
What's the way he was brought up? And Mom, they were farm people.
Your mother's been dead for 6 years, hasn't she?
Yeah, that's a big hang-up, really. Pop goes overboard about trying to, protect me like he thinks Mom would have. Oh, forget it.
Look, we still got a date for tonight, right?
Oh, sure. I even tried to tell Pop about going out with you when he came home. When he blew a gasket, I let it go. I didn't want to upset him.
Upset him? He's gone out of style, baby. He belongs to a wax museum. You should take a good look at yourself in the mirror. You got circles under your eyes like some old broad of 30.
I told you, that isn't Pop. It's just this crazy nightmare I have all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Listen, I tell you what. You're going to get a good sleep tonight. Old Doc Tim is going to guarantee it.
Oh, how?
I'm going to borrow us some wheels and take a little booze, and you're going to take a couple of belts. See, what you need is to relax.
Maybe you're right, Tim. I'm so uptight, You know something? The last few weeks, I've really been afraid I'm going to flip my lid.
Well, tonight we're going to do better than that. You're going to blow your mind.
Gee, where'd you get a car like this?
Presto, presto, jingle, bingo, Marvel the magician. I wave my magic wand and...
Tim, you've been drinking.
How could you tell? Hey, open the gloves compartment.
Oh, fifth of liquor. Where'd you get that?
It's all in the family, kiddo. Way my old man pours it down, he'll never miss one bottle here or there. And the car's my Uncle Joe's. Go ahead. Take the bottle out.
I don't want any. You shouldn't have any more.
Oh, come on. I'm just putting you on. I only had one little drink. And as I remember, you promised you were going to join me.
Okay, why not? Right out of the bottle?
I got no glasses.
Okay, here it goes. Hey, it's almost empty. Did you?
No. I didn't dare sneak a full bottle. Go ahead. Come on, kill it.
No, I just want a small sip. Where are we going?
Starland. Live it up big. All the rides, the games, the disco.
Buying liquor, Starland. What are you going to use for money?
That is no problem.
What are we slowing down for?
There's a liquor store up ahead of you.
Oh, why don't we forget it? I don't want any more.
Baby. Don't you remember tonight's the night we're going to open up your skull and let all those little men out? You just keep it running. I'll be right back.
The street is so deserted.
Oh, yeah. Turn on the radio. Keep it company.
Okay. Those are shots. They sounded like...
Julie!
Oh, my...
Julie!
Tim!
Julie!
Tim!
Help me.
Hey, Tim, what happened?
Hold me. I can't stand. Gotta get to the car.
Come here. All right, I've got you. Tim, it's a gun. You got a gun. Give me that. What are you doing with a gun?
That's a cop, Doctor.
Oh, Tim. Oh, Tim, can you hear me?
Oh, the cops. Get rid of the gun.
Tim, how can I get rid of
Okay, sister, all right, just drop your gun.
It isn't mine, officer.
Drop it. Okay, Jake, get inside the liquor store and see what happened. I'll handle this end of it. Now put your hand behind your back.
But, officer, I
Do you want your sidekick here to bleed to death? Now behind the back.
All right. Oh, no.
I'm
no,
sorry.
please don't.
I'm sorry, you play rough games, you gotta take what comes with them. Now come on, over to the car. I've got a radio emergency for an ambulance. Well, Dr. Sarah Browning, what are you doing here this time of night?
Well, I'll tell you, Reverend Samuel Pryor. I've been called in as a special consultant on the shooting case that was brought in.
Oh, you mean the boy killed the liquor shop owner?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he doesn't need a psychiatrist, Sally. He's more apt to need me. They've had him in OR 2.5 hours already.
He's not my patient. The little girl who was with him.
Yes, well, they took her back to the station house for questioning. And to lock her up.
Only she didn't stay locked up. There's a Sergeant Lawrence on the way back here with her.
Oh,
I guess they're here now.
Let me go, please.
Miss Connors, just you calm down now. If you'll only talk
I'm
quiet.
not saying anything until... Oh, you're not going to lock me up again. This time I will bust my head wide open. I won't let him get me.
Of course we won't let him get you, whoever he is, Julie. This is a hospital. You're perfectly safe. Now, aren't you being foolish?
How do you know me? Who are you?
I've been expecting you. I'm Dr. Browning.
Oh, sure. The head doctor. Well, don't figure I'm putting me in any padded cell. Because if you do, you'll see the biggest wingding yet.
No padded cell, no keys. You'll have to be confined to your room, but you don't have to close the door, and there are 2 big windows.
Honest?
Honest.
Well, then what?
It's late. I want you to get undressed and get into bed. Then I'll give you something to help you sleep, and while we're waiting for it to work, we'll talk a little. Nurse, will you show Miss Connors to her room?
Miss, do I have to have these?
Sergeant, does she have to be handcuffed?
No, if you don't think she needs them now, Doctor.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Doctor.
You go with the nurse and the sergeant. I'll be up in a moment.
I will. For you.
Well, looks like you just made a friend.
Yes, and I need you, Sam. Could we go to my office for a moment or two? Something's haunting the child. Something beyond tonight. You talked to her earlier. Maybe you can give me a clue to who her private boogeyman is.
It's so easy for all of us, no matter how sure we think we are, to panic at what we don't understand. Terrors and strange noises that come to us from the dark outside. But when the nameless fright wells up from inside, creating our own boogeyman, call it what you want, then we are truly possessed. And the only last hope is to exorcise the unnamed thing within us. I'll return shortly with Act Two. Exorcism is a convenient, old-fashioned word. It conjures pictures of the damned or possessed writhing under the influence of some foul demon. It once was the sole province of the religious, and even in modern terms still is. But it is well established by now that the psychiatrist is equally important, and church and medicine work as partners, like the Reverend Sam Pryor and Dr. Sarah Browning.
So the police want a psychiatric evaluation of Julie Connors. They were holding her for bail and locked her in a cell, and she went berserk. Did you see the bruises on her forehead?
I did. Claustrophobia?
Apparently, but that's for later. The point is that even if it is bona fide, it's only a symptom, not a disease. What worries me is less the girl than the father.
Oh, what's the matter with Mr. Connors?
What kind of father abandons a 17-year-old girl who's never been in any real trouble to face jail before she's been found guilty?
Well, she's a suspected accomplice in the murder of a liquor store holdup, or even the murder.
Sam, can you honestly believe that child could handle a heavy gun like the one that was used?
There's no way of proving that until the boy she was with comes to. If he ever does.
That bad, Sam?
He's young, but not so good, Sally. What was the bond on the girl?
The police don't really suspect her as a principal. Only a few thousand. Except that her father refused to post it.
Well, maybe he can't afford it.
He can. I called him this morning. He refused to talk to me.
Do you seriously imagine that my winning personality might succeed where yours failed, Doctor?
You might apply a little occupational leverage. The father is a deacon at the Plainviews Church.
Oh, of which the minister happens to be a close friend of mine.
Sam, I can't judge the girl without knowing something about her background, her history, her life. There isn't time for deep analysis. Her father is the only one who can tell me quickly.
Oh, no mother or relatives?
No mother, no relatives close enough to be of value. I know it's an imposition.
Well, not when you ask me, Sally. You give me the address, and I'll go and beard your lion in his den.
Hello, Julie.
Oh, it's you, Doctor. How's Tim?
He's still in the recovery room. How are you?
I don't know.
I promised you a view from a window. Is it all right?
Ever since the sun came up, trees and shrubs, flowers, and green rolling out as far as you can see, just like the farm was.
The farm?
Where I grew up, before we moved to the city. About 1,000 years ago. Or maybe 5,000. Okay, Doc, what do we start with? The lie detector?
Don't fight me, Julie. I'm on your side. Do me a favor.
I guess I owe you one, getting those handcuffs off of me.
So I'll trade. Just tell me the truth. About everything. Good, bad, indifferent. Just all the truth. That's what I'm after.
You don't ask for much, huh?
When I was a little girl, my father used to say to me, Sally?
Sally?
Well, my name's really Sarah, but I always hated it, so I got to be called Sally. Anyway, Pop...
Oh, that's what I call my father.
Anyway, Pop always said to me, don't do a power of wishing, Sally, because the Lord's too busy to come through for everyone. But if you do wish, always wish big. So that's how it is with you and me, Julie. I'm wishing big. You'll tell me everything.
Gee, Dot. Oh, what's the difference? What have I got to lose? So Tim was just like any other boy. I had to bust out of home for some kicks some of the time.
But you'd known him for a while.
Well, sure, we were in the same class at school.
You weren't surprised when he picked you up in a car this time?
Sure I was, especially when he said we were heading for Starland Park. You know, the rides and all. And he wanted to go to the discotheque. I just didn't feel right. He never had money like that before.
But you went.
Yeah, I went. I was ready to go anywhere that night, I thought. I even had a drink. And I don't usually because it makes me feel kind of dizzy. But I thought it might chase away the guy that follows me.
Go on.
Tim had an almost empty bottle. He gave me a drink, and he said he wanted to stop and get more.
Tell me about the man you say follows you.
I don't want to talk about that.
Then don't. Tell me more about what happened.
Well, we stopped at this liquor store, and Tim left me in the car. He told me to turn on the radio. I heard him throw away the empty because it broke and smashed in the street. I didn't like that.
Why?
Well, things should be tidy and neat. Mom always... Well, I was listening to the radio. And then... there were these two noises. I just couldn't believe they were shots. When Tim came out, he was all bleeding. He could hardly stand up, and then, I don't know, the police came, an ambulance. They took Tim away to the hospital and me to the station house.
And booked you as an accessory?
Yes.
Do you know the charges?
Well, robbery and...
You didn't know Tim was driving a stolen car?
No. He said it was his uncle's and he lent it to him. Why are you asking me all these questions?
Well, some of them I'm asking because I felt you'd rather have me do it than the police.
Well, why doesn't Tim tell him the truth?
Julie, dear, Tim is still unconscious. He can't talk. And Tim isn't my interest. You are. Tell me more about the police station.
Oh, I don't know. Things took forever. They came and took my fingerprints, and then they put me in a cell and locked the door.
Yes?
Well, they turned out the light. I tried to tell them not to because my pop was coming. I asked them to call him. They just didn't pay any attention, and suddenly the walls... He was there. I knew he was going to get me. I just screamed and screamed. The police lady came. I told her to get my pop to get me out of there.
And what did she say?
She said he'd been there, and he wasn't going to let me out. I'd have to spend the whole night. That's when I went bananas. I beat my head against the walls and the bars. And I don't know, everything just went black.
And when you woke up?
They were bringing me in here to the hospital. When I met you.
All right, Julie. Just a few more questions. Sit on the bed. Okay, dear?
Okay.
Why don't you just lie back? That's right. Look, I know you've been through a bad time. A jail would scare the daylights out of me. But why would it drive you up the wall the way it did?
Because it was just like when I was a kid. And I'd get locked in the closet.
To punish you?
Yes.
Who?
Who what?
Who locked you up?
My mother.
And inside in the dark you were terrified?
I always thought I'd choke. There wasn't any light. You couldn't see. The walls, you could just feel them. You could feel them moving in. I'd close my eyes. I always hoped my own private dark wouldn't be as scary as the other. And the other would come.
The other?
First I could hear his breathing. Oh, and then his voice. Oh, terrible whispering sound.
Julie, trapped.
how did you know that this boogeyman wouldn't get you?
Oh, I always knew Pop would come to set me free.
And he always did?
That's right, except this time. Oh, how could he do that to me? How could he leave me shut up when he loves me? Just the way I love him. How could he let me be there alone to be swallowed up by the dark forever?
All right, Julie. It's going to be all right. Don't worry, we're going to get you all straightened out.
Oh, Dr. Browning, I'm so afraid.
We're all afraid, Julie, of so many things. If I asked you to call me Sally as I called you Julie, would that make it easier?
Oh, you're so kind. I do trust you. Whatever you say, but I just want my Pop.
I know you do.
Sally, please, don't let him walk away from me. If he did, I couldn't live. You don't think he really will, do you?
Dr. Browning isn't back in her office, but she should be shortly. We can wait for her there.
I don't know why I was talked into this, except that you and my past are good friends, Reverend Pryor.
A friend in need.
Yeah? What does that mean?
Well, something we all need on particular occasions, but really all the time. Yes, this is Dr. Browning's office.
I can't imagine going to a woman psychiatrist.
Well, neither can I.
Huh? Why, because you're a minister?
No, because I don't need one, and my collar, you must remember, makes sex immaterial.
Yeah, of course.
Whatever criminal aspects this case involves can scarcely touch your daughter. She was, by all evidence, she was an innocent bystander, except for the impetus that, drove her out of an empty house and involved her.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not trying. You see, I've discussed this case with Dr. Browning, and we are both in agreement. Your daughter is possessed by a malignant spirit, something beyond her comprehension or ability to handle, which has driven her into a horrendous situation. One innocent man's death and another possible one. The young man was the instrument of the first. But where does your daughter's guilt lie? Or has she any real guilt at all to bear on those young, shaken shoulders?
The holdup of a liquor store goes wrong. The owner is shot to death. A boy is the apparent murderer. A girl with him, a possible accomplice. What peculiar twist of fate put her there? What punishment or resolution should come from the circumstances? We will leave you to judge that after I return shortly with the third act. This is a story which wanders the fields of modern psychiatry and tries to plumb the depths of subjective terror, grown from within rather than impressed from without. So we return to a minister who faces an anguished father and a history still buried in the shadows of the past.
I don't know why I let myself get talked into this, Reverend.
For your daughter's sake.
Yeah, I told you. I'm through with it.
Miss Connors, you cannot abandon your child. She's only been arrested, not sentenced. She hasn't been proven guilty.
She was in a stolen car with a boy who had a record.
Oh? Well, I don't know that. So isn't it just possible that Julie didn't either?
Ah, forget it. She'd lie to anyone to try and take him in. But this time she didn't get away with it. Except she managed to fake her way out of jail.
I mean, why are you so bitter against her?
I'm not bitter.
Are you sure? And Dr. Browning doesn't think she's faking. She thinks Julie has real claustrophobia.
Yeah? What do you mean?
A terror of being shut away in a confined or narrow space.
Hey, so that's the story she's trying to sell.
Well, we all have it, more or less. Now, perhaps your daughter...
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I've just had a long talk with your daughter, Mr. Connors. I think it's true.
Who are you?
Oh, this is Dr. Browning, the psychiatrist in charge of your daughter's case.
A psychiatrist?
That's right. A profession, I gather, may not be too popular with you, Mr. Connors. But I'm going to be important in your life.
How?
I want to be frank, and I don't want to sound arbitrary, But what happens in a few weeks until the trial, as far as Julie is concerned, is almost entirely up to me.
If you're trying to trick me into posting a bond for her, the answer is no. Let her stay in jail. Learn a lesson for once.
That's just what your daughter shouldn't, well, I'll amend that, can't do. She's a very insecure and disturbed girl.
Am I supposed to be responsible for Julie? Am I to take the blame?
I don't like the word blame. Let's say you might be a factor, along with others.
What others?
Julie's mother, for example.
Don't you say one word against Julie's mother. Mary was a saint.
From what Julie told me, a different picture could be imagined.
Whatever she said was lies. Lies!
Possibly. But if she's lying, I'd like to find out why. Now, Mr. Connors, won't you sit down and help me?
I'm sorry, Doctor. I have a job to do. I don't see how I can help you.
If you'll excuse me, I think I'm superfluous in this discussion, and also I have work to do. Now, I promised to visit your daughter. Can I tell her you'll be up to see her, Mr. Connors?
No, you can tell her I never want to see her again.
Well, that's a message you'll have to convey by yourself. Excuse me. Reverend Pryor. Is this intensive care? Yes, I want to ask about Tim Sadler. The boy who was shot in the holdup. Ah, I see. Well, if there's any change, I'll be on 4:15. Would you notify me, please, immediately? Yeah, thank you. Hello, Miss Connors.
Hi. Oh, excuse me, Reverend.
Well, for what?
Well, you're a minister and all. I didn't mean to be rude. I don't want to answer any more questions.
No, who does? So we'll avoid them. Leading ones, anyway. Ooh, it's a pretty nice view out of that window.
Reminds me of the farm I was... where I grew up.
You like being out there?
Better than the city. At least Pop was happy out there. And nice.
Well, he still seems pretty nice.
He's here in the hospital. Talking to the shrink.
The shrink?
You know, Dr. Browning.
Uh-huh.
But he won't come and see me. You don't have to tell me, I know. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Don't give up hope, Julie.
Oh, I gave it up soon after Mother died. When I got old enough to realize he never wanted me. And I could never take her place. I ought to have died, too. Never been able to admit it. He hates me for being alive instead of her. Only why can't I even it up and hate him back?
And I don't mean to pry, but you did love your wife very much, Mr. Connors.
My life began and ended with her.
She returned that love.
Oh, yes. Mary loved me.
Is that why she resented it when Julie arrived?
Mary resent Julie? She loved her.
And you?
Of course. Who doesn't want kids? Oh, sure, on a farm, maybe I was kind of disappointed it wasn't a boy. Farmer needs a boy more than girls, but that was only at first.
At first?
Well, there was things went wrong. We weren't to have any more kids. That was the Lord's will. Then, after all the years we tried and found God set against us, Julie was growing up. A bad streak was showing through. I told Mary she was too soft on her.
What bad streak?
The things she'd do. When she was 8, she climbed that big old maple behind the house and got treed like a cat. We had to get the county hook and ladder from the fire department to fetch her down. And then one summer she fooled us all. She was drowned in the river. By the time she was 10, she ran away from home regular. Not so far she couldn't be found. Then at 12, I swear I couldn't blame them. The boys came swarming around. I tell you the truth, she was lovable and damnable to handle, Doctor.
And your wife tried to punish her somehow, or at least control her, so she took to locking her in the closet.
Who told you that?
Why, Julie.
That was what she said?
Yes.
Damn. If now you don't see what a liar she is. Someone had to punish her. I was the one who locked her in the closet.
Oh, I see. But you were always the one who came back to let her out.
Up till now, Doctor. But I'm not bailing out anymore. As a father or a bailiff. This time she brought her whole problem. And she can stay in the closet for good.
Mr. Connors, I want you to listen to me.
No, ma'am. You can take up for Julie all you want, but you ain't gonna change my mind.
I'm not taking up for Julie. I'm taking up for both of you.
Huh?
And I'll thank you not to call me ma'am. I am Dr. Sarah Browning, and a specialist in human relationships. 2 minutes is all I ask.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Well, a reasonable time.
No, that isn't what I mean. It's just... That's what Mary always used to say to me when she wanted something good for us. I reckon I'll give you your 2 minutes, Doctor. For what?
To try to get you to look at your lives clearly, yours and Julie's. To give you what you need, Mr. Connors. Love.
I had that and lost it.
Your wife's, but not your daughter's.
Julie don't love me. Not the way...
You couldn't be more wrong.
All her life she was set against me, trying to bedevil me, show me her own way, fight me.
Because all her life you couldn't give her what she really wanted, a father's love. Try to see it from her point of view, Mr. Connors. She was a child who grew up in a house where her parents loved each other so much she felt excluded. An only child with nowhere else to reach for love.
But Mary loved her.
Well, of course, a girl takes her mother's love for granted. Except that she so often thinks of her as a rival for her father's affections. How much love did you offer her? Did she ever find from you?
I was a farmer. I was up from dawn till sundown. Then there were still chores. Nights I was so tired I never had much time for...
Exactly. And there was always the thought that had Julie been a boy, she could have worked with you, taken some of those chores off your shoulders, been more of a companion.
Listen here, don't make me out no ogre. Maybe some of the things you say are true, but Julie didn't have to act up the way she did.
That's just the point. Of course she did. She was trying to win your love the only way she could. Or at least attention. She climbs a tree, pretends to drown, runs away from home, anything to get you to come and rescue her. Even the punishment was worth it. The agony of the dark closet, because she knows you'll be the one to come and save her.
I ain't proud of that.
Oh, we're human. We do what we do. But have you any idea what that child suffered for your love?
What do you mean?
Claustrophobia is the most common fear people have. Have you ever been locked up in the dark, Mr. Connors?
Ever since my wife died, I've shut myself in a closet. I hide in it because I don't want to wake up and open the door to life again. I had such love that...
You could have it again. A different way. From Julie.
No, she doesn't love me. She hates me.
She wants to love you. Do you want to love her?
I don't know.
Now, don't throw it away. I've talked to her, Mr. Connors. Do you know about the boogeyman?
Oh, that childish nonsense.
Yes, childish, perhaps, but not nonsense. Imagine. Just shut your eyes and try to think back to your kid years. Thrust into inky blackness, the key turned, no escape, the gradual feeling that the air was getting too thick to breathe. Above all, the dark, and the fear that you were locked in a coffin. And then, from somewhere, some fairy tale or ghost story, you begin to hear a voice.
Trapped, Julie. Trapped. No one to help you. No one to love you. At last I can get rid of you the way I want. The way I should have. Because you never should have been. Do you feel me closing in? Like the walls crushing you, taking away your breath. Stop it. Don't you know how wrong I was? Don't you see, no matter what she says, I know she hates me.
But she doesn't. In spite of everything, you couldn't be better loved, and I can prove it to you.
How?
Whose voice do you think it was she heard? Because she wasn't a boy, but just a little girl. Because she felt unwanted. Whose voice, Mr. Connors?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Yours.
God forgive me.
He will. And Julie. It isn't too late. All her rebellion, everything she's ever done, even last night, if she has any guilt in what happened, has been a cry for your love. Can't you offer it to her at last?
Pop,
Julie.
I thought you'd... I never thought you'd come.
Well, about time.
I didn't rob anybody, Pop. Honest, I didn't. I had no idea.
It doesn't matter, hon. All I know is you're released from the hospital and you're getting dressed. And you and me are going to the police station to post that bond. And then we're going home. And no matter what happens, I'm going to fight to keep you there.
Oh, Pop. Pop, I don't know what to say.
No, do I much. It ain't going to be easy. So many years to make up for.
You could just one way. With one move.
What?
Could you just hold out your arms?
Julie, my little girl.
Oh, Pop, all my life. Just this. It's all I ever wanted.
All of us have closets in the mind where skeletons rattle and boogeymen breathe heavy in the dark. Thank the Lord for the people who open the doors for us, and pity all those who don't have the doors opened. I'll be back shortly. Well, Julie and Seth Connors made their peace the hard way. Perhaps this time it will stick. At least there won't be any more dark closets. Life is too full of them, and the trick is to find out how to open them. The key is easy to find, of course. It's something very simple. Love. What the real trick is, however, is to be able to give it to the right person. Our cast included Fred Gwynn, Jada Rowland, Christopher Tabori, Francis Sternhagen, and Earl Hammond. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
3,000, right? Where? All three of us? Oh. All right. Will do. We're to put the money in a book in the 42nd Street Library. Put the book back on the shelf at exactly 5 p.m. Walk out and stand for a few minutes chatting near the lions on the library steps. And then split.
Oh, they're kidding.
Oh, no. They're in earnest. Deadly earnest.
Why hang around on the steps?
I should imagine somebody wants to get a good look at us.
The killer?
Yes. It would be a shame to rub out the wrong guys.
Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by Uncle Ben's Long Grain and Wild Rice and Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Budweiser. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. I'm sure you know by now that the door you have just entered leads to a strange world, a land of forbidden fancies, peopled by giants and pygmies, kings and cobblers, saints and sinners. Happy children play in its streets, while just behind lurk iniquitous monsters. Unspeakable crimes are committed here, and acts of breathtaking valor. You are the sovereign in this place. It is the realm of your own imagination. Our story this time searches one of its deep recesses, the hidden place of fear.
Stop. Don't go down there, Mr. Ellis.
I've got to get off this ship.
Please, listen to me. There's only one thing to do. Go to the police.
The police?
Tell them the whole story and ask for protection.
I can't do that. I'm going to make a break and run for it.
No. Don't panic. And above all things, don't run. They're sure to spot you if you do.
I've got to take that chance.
Oh, no. Try to mingle with the passengers. Walk slowly. Saunter. Here, take my arm.
Keep away from me. I'm a living target. Stay out of range, Miss Hannigan. Stay out of range. Your life depends on it.
Our mystery drama, Death Pays No Dividend, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Mary Jane Higby and stars Anne Shepard and Guy Sorrell. A famous traveler once said that the most important words in any language are, where is the exit? Où est la sortie? Donde está la salida? But what of the place where there is no way out, where every wall is a blank one, marked no exit? This is the circumstance of three men whose work brings them to the tip of a very small island. There was once a stockade here. It was the wall for which the street was named. Wall Street is silent now. The rush of the day has not yet descended. But 30 stories above the narrow street, footsteps echo sharply along a marble corridor.
Miss Hannigan! Miss Hannigan, wait!
Oh, Mr. Green. Good morning.
I didn't expect you here at this hour in the morning.
Mr. Green, I've been so worried.
About getting another job? Well, I'm sure we can help you. Our recommendation should be worth something in spite of...
No, not about myself. It's Mr. Ellis.
Oh?
He's horribly depressed.
Well, that's only to be expected. You put your whole life into a business, and then through no fault of your own, it suddenly blows up in your face.
No, wait. Please. Don't open the office door yet. I've got to tell you something.
Well, couldn't you tell me inside?
No, I think Mr. Ellis may be inside there. I do hope so. He's not in his apartment. He worked late last night, cleaning out the desk and making the last arrangements.
It's like a funeral.
Oh, it's worse than a funeral for Mr. Ellis. He's not like you and Mr. Folger. You both have families, someone to share this.
Well, it's small comfort to share disgrace with people you love, to drag them down with you. My two boys.
I know. I didn't mean to minimize. It's just that, well, frankly, I'm afraid Mr. Ellis is going to do away with himself.
Kill himself?
Yes.
Oh, no, he wouldn't do that.
He made me go home last night. I wanted to stay with him, but he forced me to leave. I tried nearly all night to get him by phone. No answer.
Well, let's get in, see what's going on.
Oh, good heavens. Papers blowing all over the place.
There's a draft.
The wind... Mr. Green, look. Standing on the ledge to the left of the window.
Good Lord. Careful, Miss Hannigan. Mustn't startle him. He might jump. You better speak to him, but quietly.
Yes.
Try to sound calm.
Mr. Ellis, don't do it. Mr. Ellis, please don't. Mr. Ellis... He doesn't seem to hear me.
He hears you all right. Try again.
Come back in, please. You may hurt somebody else if you... Mr. Ellis, listen to me. Come back. You mustn't do this. Please. It's no use.
I'll try. Victor, don't do it. Listen to me. What I'm going to say is important. There's a better way. Did you hear me? There's a better way. John and I have a plan. You may be doing the right thing, Vic, but you're doing it the wrong way. Victor, get back in here.
He moved.
He's coming in.
Yes.
When he gets his head to the window, grab his arm.
Oh, if only he doesn't fall now.
Damn narrow ledge.
Oh, dear Lord, don't let him fall. Don't let him.
There you are, Victor. Now, steady, old man.
Come, Mr. Ellis.
Let me go. All right. Sit down.
Thank God.
Close the window, Miss Hannigan.
I looked down. I could have done it if I hadn't looked down. I fouled this up like everything else. I can't do anything right.
Oh, don't say that. Nothing that happened was your fault. You were all victims of a rotten crook.
I didn't have the guts to jump. Just didn't have the guts.
Thank heaven you didn't. You must never try a thing like that again. Never.
All right.
It's a sin.
It's all right now, Miss Hannigan.
Yes. Yes, it's all right now. I'd never forgive myself.
Now. Calm down.
Good morning. What's going on? What's with Miss Hannigan?
She's had a bad shock.
What happened?
Later, John. Please, Miss Hannigan.
They're so scared. They're so helpless. I'd never forgive myself.
Look, come on now. Snap out of it. Miss Hannigan.
She's been under a terrible strain.
I'm sorry. My nerves faltered.
Yes, of course. Victor, get her some water, will you?
Oh, sure. I'll be a moment.
I've got to talk to you alone, John.
Okay. Come in my office.
Are you sure you're all right now, Miss Hannigan?
I'm sorry I let go like that. It won't happen again.
All right. Relax. Try to go on as though nothing had happened.
Here's the water. I didn't mean to put you through this. You, of all people.
Come on, John.
I think we should let Miss Hannigan go home.
No, that won't be necessary, Mr. Folger. I'm all right.
Kent?
Yes?
What did you mean? There's a better way.
We'll talk about it later.
Now, what was going on?
Victor tried to jump out of the window.
What?
He was standing on the ledge when we got here this morning.
Oh, for Pete's sake. That idiot. How long was he out there? Did he draw a crowd?
No. Well, I suppose somebody must have seen him, though.
That fool.
Well, this settles it, John. We've got to let him in on the scheme.
No. Vic's too unstable. He's sure to blow it.
It's the only way to keep him from blowing it. It's obvious. If word gets around that a member of the firm tried to commit suicide and then something happened to us, they'd never stop the investigation.
Not until our families were starving. Damn it all, that's not going to happen. I'm going to meet my obligation to Marie.
We both have obligations, John.
I'm not going to leave my wife helpless. I'm going to provide for her if it's the last thing I do.
It will be. Look, you don't understand, Victor. His father founded this firm, and it's been Victor's whole life a sort of memorial to his father. Well, now this scandal... Well, the mood he's in, he's apt to do anything. The only way to protect the scheme is to let him in on it.
Oh, you're probably right. But all my instincts are against it.
Well, shall I get him in here?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I'll get him.
But if he louses this up...
Vic?
Yes?
Come in here a minute, will you?
Yes? Well, what is it?
Close the door. You made a jackass of yourself, didn't you?
Cool it, John.
Now, if you've got some cockeyed scheme to keep the scandal from breaking, don't waste my time. We'll be lucky if we get less than 20 years.
Oh, come on. Drop the emotional jag and talk sense. Kent and I are in a worse spot than you are. We both have families to provide for, right? And there is just one way to do it. Our life insurance.
You can't collect on suicide.
We know that.
But you can collect on murder.
What? I don't get it.
A good, clean bullet in the back of the head when you're least expecting it. It's an easy way to go, Vic. You'd never know what hit you.
Well, how do you think you're going to bring that off?
Never mind. I can bring it off. Years ago, I did a favor for somebody. I didn't know him too well, but I used to drop into his place once in a while for, well, never mind what for. Later, he got mixed up with some pretty notorious characters, so I figured he'd be in a position to arrange what they call a contract.
What kind of contract?
Oh, for Pete's sake, I know you've devoted your whole life to the firm, but don't you ever go to the movies? You must know there's such a thing as a hired killer.
Oh, that kind of contract.
Yes, that kind.
So?
We have 2 contracts right now. Now, do you want to make a third?
You mean pay somebody to kill me?
Yeah, $3,000.
Well, now, I don't know.
It makes a great deal more sense than what you just tried to do. No pain. No mess. These guys are professionals.
Well, it's a tough idea to get used to. How do I go about it?
1 quick phone call and $3,000 in cash. Now, maybe you ought to take a few hours to think it over.
Well, I've tried 3 times to kill myself. I haven't the nerve. Okay, go ahead. Make your phone call.
You're sure?
Yes.
Because once I complete this call, there'll be no turning back. You understand that, Victor? You got to be sure you want to go through with. Hello? Is Louis there? Right, I'll hold on. You sure you want me to go ahead?
Yes.
Louis? This is John Folger. Yes, I know. I promised not to call you again. No, we're going through with it. We, want to add another name to the shareholders. 3,000, right? Where? All 3 of us? Oh. All right. Will do. We're to put the money in a book in the 42nd Street Library. Put the book back on the shelf at exactly 5 p.m., walk out, and stand for a few minutes chatting near the lions on the library steps. And then split.
Oh, they're kidding.
Oh, no. They're in earnest. Deadly earnest.
Why hang around on the steps?
I should imagine somebody wants to get a good look at us.
The killer?
Yes. It would be a shame to rub out the wrong guys.
A suicide pact. But quite unlike your ordinary run-of-the-mill agreement, the participants have relinquished any option of withdrawing. From now on, each one knows that his next move may well be his last. We'll see how they stand up under that unpleasant knowledge when we return with Act 2. Rather than face a financial scandal, the officers of a small but highly respected Wall Street firm have decided to commit suicide. Through a go-between, they have arranged for a paid executioner to do the job for them. An easy way out. We'll never know what hit us, they tell each other. But have they considered their remaining days and hours when even the most chance encounter will chill the blood and the question rise, is this the face of my killer? To see how they are facing up under the strain, let's listen to a telephone conversation.
Hello.
Kent, this is John. You heard what happened?
No.
Vic goofed off. Ran away. Remember, we were giving May Hannigan a vacation? A cruise to the Caribbean? Well, at the last minute, he decides to go with her.
Well, I guess he wants to do some of the things he never took time for before.
Oh, come off it. He's running away. He knows they won't dare shoot him aboard ship. They couldn't make a getaway. He's as safe on that boat as he would be in jail.
Well, what of it? They'll hit him when he gets off.
Well, I was hoping they'd tend to Vic first before they got you or me.
Did you tell Louis that?
I couldn't tell him anything. He made me promise never to contact him again. Louis's not part of the mob or family or whatever they call it nowadays. They just use his place of business sometimes, meet there.
What kind of business is he in?
Look, I swore to keep him out of it. Now, what you don't know can't hurt Louis.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't worry too much about Vic.
Damn it all, I do worry. He hasn't got our motivation. Once you and I are out of the way, what's to keep him from getting the wind up and running to the police with the whole story?
I don't think he can do that. There's such a thing as accessory before the fact, you know. This may look like a suicide pact to us, but to the police it's going to be murder.
Oh. You mean he'd face a murder rap, huh?
Well, he might.
I just hope he knows that.
Darn thing startles me every time I hear it.
We should be used to it by now. They blow it every day at noon. I've been looking all over the ship for you.
I was taking a turn round the deck.
Mr. Ellis, you're shaky.
No, I'm all right.
Look, I'm not absolutely sure, but I think I have something wonderful to tell you. Did you hear the news broadcast this morning?
No, indeed. I'm not wasting my last few days listening to... No, I didn't.
Well, you know those penny gold stocks you bought a few years ago? You and Mr. Green?
Penny gold? Oh, yes, the stock we bought from Harrison to help him out of a tight spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's worthless.
Well, that company, I think it's the same company, has just made the greatest gold strike since 1849.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Harrison's company?
I went straight to the radio room as soon as I heard it. The broadcasts are taped, you know, and they were kind enough to run it again for me. I have the notes I took here in my purse. Oh, dear, it's awfully windy, isn't it?
We'll go inside.
The President Taft Mining Corporation? That's the one, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes. Here, let me get the door.
Oh, that draft. It's better. Relief to get out of that wind. Now, here's what I took down. The President Taft Mining Corporation has uncovered what seems to be the lost Fortuna vein. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. The Fortuna. Yes, it does. Harrison mentioned the Fortuna vein.
This ledge of almost pure gold said to exist in Mono County, California.
Mono County, that's right.
Has been sought by miners for over 100 years.
The Fortuna vein, it must be Harrison's company. Well...
This changes everything, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does.
You can pay off the debts of that crook and his disgraceful charisma funding company.
Well, if this report is accurate, we can.
You have a lot of Taft stock, and with the price of gold now...
Who'd ever have thought... Why, that part of California has been picked over so much, it seems impossible there'd be an ounce of gold left in the ground. We only bought it to help Harrison out.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. You deserve it.
Miss Hannigan, you're a jewel.
Oh, Mr. Ellis, my hair.
Don't mind my kissing you.
No, I'm so happy.
What a day. Come on, down to the bar. We'll crack a bottle of champagne. Kent, I'm so glad you decided to telephone me here aboard ship instead of waiting till I got back. I've been trying to get you all afternoon. There was no answer at the office.
No, the office is closed.
Well, where are you, home?
No, I'm calling from outside, a payphone.
Well, great news, eh? It is Harrison's company, isn't it?
What?
The Taft Mining Corporation.
Oh, yes. Yes, Harrison's stock has gone way up, out of sight.
Well, that just about gets us off the hook, doesn't it?
Yes. Financially, it looks like things can be worked out.
Oh, great. Who'd ever have thought it? You got in touch with the bank and called Morgan and Benson, didn't you? Kent? Hello? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Kent, John got in touch with that man Louis, didn't he? Called it off? Kent.
Vic, that's why I phoned.
Is John all right?
No,
You mean he didn't get to Louis?
he never had the chance.
Oh, when? Where?
In front of his house. Just one shot, Vic. From a passing car. Just one shot.
Mr. Ellis, what on earth?
Not the greatest disguise in the world, but the best I could do. I bought the hippie clothes from a kid down in Tourist, and I had the ship's beauty parlor dye my hair. Goodbye, Miss Hannigan.
Wait. You seriously believe there's a gunman waiting for you when we dock?
That's the hell of it. I don't know where he is. Here, at the office, my apartment.
Well, don't rush off like this. You're not thinking clearly. There's only one sensible thing to do. Go to the police.
The police?
Tell them the whole story and ask for protection.
I can't do that.
It's the only way.
But I can't do that to John.
Mr. Folger's dead, Mr. Ellis.
His widow's alive and she's an invalid. If I go to the police, they'll cancel the insurance she'll get.
The firm can take care of Mrs. Folger.
We'll be lucky if we can pay our debts and save the firm. No, I got into this mess and I've got to see it through. I'm going to make a break and run for it. I'll be the first one off the ship and run to a taxi.
Please, listen to me. Don't rush down the gangplank alone. Let some of the other passengers start first. Then saunter off casually. Oh, dear. Take my arm. I'm coming with you.
No, absolutely not. I'm a living target. Stay out of range, Miss Hannigan. Your life depends on it. Goodbye.
Where do you plan to go?
Some hotel, I guess, till I can figure a way to get out of town safely.
Here. Look, take my keys. Go to my apartment.
No, I'm not going to drag you into this.
It's the safest place for you. Nobody'll dream of looking for you there. And I can reach you by phone. I'll go straight to the office. That way, you'll know what's going on.
Well, all right. But only for a few hours.
We've got to talk to this Louis person.
I hope Kent's still alive. If not, you have the power of attorney I executed for you in Puerto Rico. Take complete charge until you hear from one of us again. If you ever do. Goodbye, Miss Hannigan.
Hello?
Oh, good. You made it to the apartment all right.
Yes. I haven't dared open a window or raise a blind. Everything all right at the office?
I don't know. I guess so. I have an uneasy feeling that I'm being watched as I sit here.
You're all alone?
Yes. It's Saturday, you know. I'm just getting jittery, I guess. It's hard to keep my imagination from running riot. There is one strange thing, though.
What's that?
One of the walls in your office is half painted. You didn't authorize the paint job, did you?
Well, of course not. We're dissolving the firm. Building manager must have made a mistake.
No, he says not. His painters didn't do it. Oh, by the way, I think I know who that man Louis is. Oh. The one who set up the deal.
Well, how'd you find that out?
The filing cabinet in Mr. Folger's office. There's a promissory note made to Mr. Folger by a Louis Vongoli. He owns a small bar on the east side.
That makes sense. John said he used to drop in at Louis's place. The bar, eh?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to drop in on Louis myself and put an end to this awful business. But if I fail, we better get you out of town in a hurry. You can go to my grandfather's house in the country.
Now, I'm not going to drag you any further into this. And I certainly don't want to bring your grandfather into...
It's my house now. I inherited it. You've got to go, Mr. Ellis, because I called Kent Green's home.
Yes? Well, for heaven's sake, May, tell me what happened.
He's been missing since the day John Folger died.
What'll it be, miss? Some Nice fresh oysters. Just come in this morning.
I'd like to see the owner, please. I want to talk to Louis.
You're talking to him.
Well, it's a confidential matter.
This is the lunch hour, lady. I'm busy. Come back, say, 3:30, 4 o'clock.
No. I've got to talk to you now. It's about John Folger.
Never heard of him.
Here's something to refresh your memory. This is your signature, isn't it?
What?
Your signature on this promissory note. You know who Mr. Folger was, and you know what happened to him.
Hey, Joe, take over, will you? Come on, lady. Over to this table in the corner. Now, sit down. What's this all about?
This is your signature, isn't it?
I ain't sure.
Oh, come on. Louis, you borrowed $12,000 from Mr. Folger on July 8th, 1948.
What are you, a cop?
I'm Mr. Folger's secretary, and Mr. Green's, and Mr. Ellis's. We want to call the deal off.
I don't know nothing about no deal.
You arrange the contract, and you're the only one who can cancel it.
You got the wrong guy.
Oh, please, you must help me. We have no way of reaching this man from Chicago. Please, tell him.
I gotta get back to my counter.
At least tell me who he is.
You'll have to leave now. I need this table.
We've got to stop him.
Now, for the last
You're
time...
going to let another man die? A man who doesn't want to die because of a mistake?
Like I said, this is all Greek to me. But, I did hear there's talk around that Froggy Bynes is in town.
Who?
You heard me.
Where can I find him?
I wouldn't know.
Well, tell me what he looks like.
Never seen Froggy in my life.
Froggy? Is he a Frenchman?
They call him that because he ain't got hardly no voice. That's all I know.
No voice?
Yeah, he got a knife in his throat when he was a kid. Can't hardly make no sound at all.
A killer with hardly any voice. That's not much to go on, is it? May Hannigan's confidence is at a low ebb as she walks out of Louis Vangouli's bar onto the teeming streets of Manhattan. How long, she wonders, can she keep the last remaining partner of Ellis Green and Folger alive? We'll find the answer to that question when we return shortly with Act 3. May Hannigan found herself peering nervously into every darkened doorway as she approached the garage which housed her automobile. This was a job for a private detective, she thought, not a skilled typist. Her hands were icy as she drove up to the apartment building where Victor Ellis was waiting, and it was with relief that she turned the wheel over to him. In minutes, they had crossed the Triborough Bridge and sped up Bruckner Boulevard. Now they are on the Connecticut Turnpike.
Mr. Ellis, I wish you'd let me take this whole business to the police.
For the last time, no, May, no.
But you're making yourself accessory to murder.
Well, if you look at it that way, I am accessory to a murder, and there's nothing to be done about it. What else did this man Louis say?
Nothing, except that Froggy has no voice.
Well, maybe Louis will tell the mob to call it off.
No, he won't contact anybody. Now that there's been one killing, he's terrified of being involved. He's frozen with fear.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. What he did, what you all did, was a sin. Don't you worry about that?
I've got other things on my mind. That car behind us, for instance.
A car?
Yeah. A big one. Black, I think. It's been with us ever since we left Bruckner Boulevard.
Are you sure it's the same one? Slow down a bit. Give him a chance to pass you.
Okay.
He's dropping back. No, he's not going to pass.
No, but that truck is. Probably all imagination. Perfectly innocent chap, no doubt, on his way home to his wife and kids.
Yes, but we can't assume that. There's an exit near here. Get off the turnpike. If he follows us, we'll know.
We'll know we're in trouble. Still there?
No. Yes. There he is.
He's after us, all right. Okay, Buster, if it's a race you want.
Oh, Mr. Ellis, not so fast. You have to turn left at the next light. Stop! Mr. Ellis, red light! Look out! Ah!
Made it.
Oh, you nearly killed us both.
I lost him.
Yes, he stopped for the light.
Doesn't prove a thing. Except that he's not taking any chances on a brush with the law.
Now, you pass the Veterans Hospital and the cemetery.
You're going to lose him for good.
Oh, look out, the van!
Sorry.
I was afraid you didn't see it. You get back on the turnpike, you turn up that hill.
Is he in sight?
No. Slow down. You're coming to a crossroads. There's a turnpike entrance over there.
Good. Now I'm going to open her up. Pray we don't get stopped for a ticket.
A ticket? That would be just fine with me. A station house sounds like a nice, safe place to spend the night. What are you doing now?
85.
Oh, heaven help us. I didn't know this car had it in her.
Oh, no.
Is it him? Oh, good Lord, he must be doing 100.
That settles it. You're going to get out.
No.
Don't argue. Your life's in danger. Got John from a moving car with one shot.
Don't stop now.
I've got to get you out of this car. It's a death trap.
Not here. At the next gas station. Lots of people. There are bright lights. That's the best place.
All right.
Remember how to get to the house?
Yes. Right through Hamilton Village, up River Road.
Right.
To a sign that says The Laurel.
Right. And the house at the top of the hill. But don't get off the turnpike unless you know you've lost him. Don't let him overtake you on a dark road.
Here's the gas station.
Oh, Mr. Ellis, I beg you. Stop here and call the police.
I'll get out.
Oh, dear. You'll go to the house, then.
I'll try. Heaven knows I'll try.
I'll phone there every half hour till you answer. Oh, dear heaven. What can I do? What can I do? Operator, this is an emergency. Get me the Hamilton police. Hamilton. H-A-M-I. That's right. Hello? Is this the police station in Hamilton? I want to report a stolen car. My name? Hannigan. I own the house on Laurel Hill. Oh, well, hello, Sergeant Kelly. Yes, this is May Hannigan. Look, this weird-looking man, he's middle-aged, dyed hair, wearing tie-dyed pants, striped sneakers, and a sweatshirt with a pair of big red lips on the back. A real weirdo. Yes. And I think he's on drugs or something. He stole my car. Yes, that's correct. And he's got my house keys as well. He's on his way up there now. Yes? And will you send a police car to head him off? Yes, I'll be in tomorrow and press charges. Thank you. Well, that'll put him where he'll be safe for the night.
Hello?
Oh, you made it.
Yeah. I was doing 90 most of the time.
Ah, and you never saw a cop?
Not a sign of one.
It's funny.
It's darn cold in this house.
Yes, I had the furnace turned off when I left on the cruise.
You still at the gas station?
No, a hamburger place down the road.
Look, do you have any blankets here?
Yes, upstairs. But I don't think you're going to need them.
May?
Yes.
Shh. Just a minute.
What is it?
I thought I heard something.
Oh. Well, it's an old house full of creaks and groans.
No, not like that. I've turned off the lamp.
Look out the window. Isn't there a police car there?
Why should there be a police car?
You're sure there's no police car?
Positive. I'm going back out to the garage.
No. Oh, for heaven's sake, don't leave the house. The moon is like daylight.
I hear him. He's in the house with me.
Well, don't go out. Stay inside.
Oh, if I only had a gun.
Grandfather's gun is there.
Where?
In the desk, where the phone is. Bottom drawer. But it's in a strong box with a combination lock. Victor, you're sure it's not the police?
Well, of course I am.
Put on the lamp again. I'll give you the combination of the lock.
I'm going to make a dash for the stairs.
No. You'd have to cross the open hall. Please, do as I tell you. Get that drawer open. Have you got the lamp on again? Mr. Ellis?
I'm afraid to light it.
Do you hear anything now?
No.
Keep your hand on the light switch. Turn it off if you see him and drop to the floor.
Go ahead.
You see the lock?
Yeah.
Keep calm. Don't make mistakes. 6. Left.
6.
2. Right.
2? My hands are sweating.
9. Right.
Got it.
That's it.
Yes, it's open.
Mr. Ellis! Victor! Oh, no!
I'm well aware of my constitutional rights, and I don't think you can lock me up in that cell. Well, I don't happen to have identification on me, but I can assure you that I am Victor Fairchild Ellis, Jr. of Ellis, Folger and Green, a brokerage firm.
Sure you are. That outfit's the latest thing on Wall Street. All the brokers run around in red, white, and blue sneakers. Come on, in you go.
I can explain...
You can explain all you like in the morning. Now, in, both of you.
What's this? I'm an innocent bystander. I got nothing to do with this guy. You got nothing on me.
Carrying a concealed weapon. Get moving. Or are we going to have to give you a little help?
You're not locking me up with this nut, are you?
That's the idea. Now simmer down and get some sleep. You're going to need your wits about you in the morning.
Heaven notices.
Well, Froggy Burns, you're just the man I want to talk to. And this is a good place to do it. Come to think of it, it's a great place. The best I could ever find.
I'm sorry I had you arrested, but I didn't know what else to do.
Well, thank the Lord you did. I've never been so jittery in my life. As soon as I got my shaky hands on that gun, it went off.
But I heard 2 shots.
Well, that was Sergeant Kelly. He shot the lock off the front door and rushed in.
And where was Froggy through all this?
Still in the glassed-in sun porch, trying to pick the lock. When he heard the commotion, he ran out, and the other cop in the prowl car nabbed him. Do you have the office keys, May?
Yes, but there's somebody in the office. I heard a scraping noise.
We've nothing to fear now. Here, I'll open it.
It's the painter.
Say, we didn't order a decorating job. What are you... Why, Kent.
Mr. Green.
Oh, am I glad to see you.
Well, it's great to see you, Kent. So you're okay.
I've been wondering about you.
Well, we were afraid you... Oh, Mr. Green. I'm so happy you're all right.
What's all this with the paint and dirty overalls?
Well, the day John was shot, I sent the office staff home early. You can imagine I was pretty nervous. I noticed there were painters working in the outside hall, so I talked one of them into selling me his overalls and some paint and brushes. And in case anybody should be watching me from another building, I started painting the back wall here. Nobody pays any attention to painters. As soon as 5 o'clock came, I walked right out with the rest of the paint crew. Of course, I didn't dare go home, so, well, I got an old station wagon and put a sign in the window, Meteor Decorating Company. I've been moving around more or less freely ever since.
When I think of what I went through, and you were simply roaming around town with paint on your face.
Well, you're both safe now.
Yes, Kent. The contract for killing us has been canceled.
Oh, thank the Lord. Now I can get washed up.
Suppose we celebrate with a cup of coffee. I can make some in Mr. Folger's office.
Your office now, May.
Yes. That is, yes.
Her office?
A great woman, Kent. She saved my life. I asked her to marry me.
Well, congratulations.
No, she refused. Said what she really wanted was a partnership in the firm.
Partnership? Well, that's a swift rise.
What could I do? I gave it to her.
Strange having a woman in John's office.
I know. Frankly, it bothers me. My father was very conservative, you know, especially about the firm.
Ellis, Green, and Hannigan. That's not a bad letterhead.
No, but if my father knew what Hannigan stood for, well, he'd turn in his grave.
Well, let's look at it this way. If it weren't for Hannigan, you'd be turning in yours.
So May Hannigan accomplished two very difficult things that night. She saved her employer from certain death, and she raised herself into the gilded executive ranks. And that, as any secretary will tell you, is the hardest thing in the world to do. But as May herself often says, there must be an easier way. I'll be back shortly. If there's a moral to our story tonight, it's this. Suicide is not even a loser's game. It's no game at all. Because death is one commodity that nobody can cheat you out of. When your option comes due, you'll cash in. In the meantime, life has a lot of surprises in store. Don't ever sell it short. Our cast included Ann Shepard, Guy Sorrell, Court Benson, and Ken Harvey. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Social scientists have been arguing for years over the troublesome question as to which is the more important influence on a child, heredity or environment. Then the argument was further complicated by Sigmund Freud with the injection of the subconscious as the key factor in human behavior. I'm not here to offer any solution, but to tell you a tale of heredity and a wild love blighted by a strange and fearsome curse.
You say you love me, Marla.
With all my heart.
Well, then tell me why you won't come away with me.
Because in this life, I must walk alone.
What was that?
Perhaps a sign.
A sign? It sounded almost human, or like an animal.
I must go.
Not until you tell me.
Let me go. I beg of you. Let me go before you hear worse.
Our mystery drama, The Cesar Curse, was especially adapted from the Robert Louis Stevenson classic For the Mystery Theater by Murray Burnett and stars Richard Kiley. We all know that there is no such thing as a curse transmitted from one generation to the next, which calls down evil upon all the descendants of the cursed family. Science, of course, tells us that such diseases as diabetes, hemophilia, and madness can be handed down in a family, but science frowns upon anything of the extraordinary or bizarre. In this instance, I must respectfully take issue with the scientists, and as a case in point, bring you the story of George Capewell, whom we first meet at the age of 67, as he adds a codicil to his last will and testament.
Today, my family physician told me that death is no more than a week or two away. Therefore, I feel compelled to explain why I, George Capewell, will be the last of the Capewells. This was my choice, and this codicil to my will explain why I made it. For the sake of clarity, I must go back some 40 years, to one summer when I fell seriously ill and almost died while vacationing in Spain.
Well, young man, you are looking almost alive again. And I don't mind saying it is a small miracle.
Sponsored by you, Dr. Valdez.
Well, let's give God a little credit, too. And now, to complete the cure, I insist that you have a few weeks of absolute rest and good, fresh air.
Well, if you're talking about one of those sanatoriums, forget it.
The place I have in mind is as completely unlike a sanatorium as you can imagine. It is a residencia, the estate of a very old and proud family who have fallen upon hard times and are willing to take an American as a paying guest with one proviso.
Which is?
That you remain a stranger. You are not permitted the smallest intimacy.
And so it came about that I found myself in an ancient, dilapidated horse-drawn carriage, driven by a young man whose appearance excited both attraction and repulsion. Lithe and well-built, with large, brilliant yellow eyes, good aquiline features, he was also so extremely hairy that one instinctively drew back from him. Do we have much farther to travel, Felipe?
Over 2 bridges and past the top of the mountain, senor.
Get on, move! There's no need to whip the horse. I'm in no hurry.
Sometimes he grows lazy. Besides, there is the bad place. We come to it shortly.
Bad place? On this road?
Oh, yes, senor. The first bridge. You can begin to hear it.
The bridge is under repair?
No, senor. The bridge is safe.
Well, then why is this a bad place?
Because it makes me afraid.
What is there to be afraid of?
The noise, senor. The noise. There. It is better now.
Such a noise won't hurt you, Felipe. It's just the sound of the water.
So my sister tells me, senor, but still I am afraid.
With that answer, I realized that there was a child's mind in that body. And from that time on, I regarded Felipe with indulgence and even a sort of liking as I listened to his innocent prattling until we drew up before a great, arched Moorish doorway secured by by iron-studded gates.
We arrived, senor. We are home. You can descend from the carriage now, please. Through this gate, senor. Please. This is the courtyard, senor. It is very beautiful by day. And now, senor, if you please, up these stairs. Carefully.
Oh, thank you, Felipe. I don't suppose we could have more light.
Alas, senor, we have no electric. Only the candles. We are here, senor. Your room.
But how pleasant. How really pleasant. And a table laid for supper. That's very thoughtful.
Yes, senor. It is a fine room. A very fine room.
In daylight, what can I see from these windows?
The courtyard, senor. And some of the countryside. It is very fine. And the fireplace, too. The fire is good. It melts out the pleasure from your bones.
Well, I suppose that's one way of putting it. Those animal skins on the wall, they come from...
I do not know. They have been here always. But look at the bed. See the fine sheets. How soft and smooth.
You're careful with that candle. You'll set the place on fire. Here, let me have it.
So smooth. So smooth.
This looks like a fine wine you have here on the table.
It's from a nearby vineyard.
Will you join me in a glass?
Oh, no, not that. That is for you. I hate it.
Oh, very well. But then, Felipe, I would like to make this first glass of wine in this residencia a toast to your hospitality and to your mother, the senora.
Gracias, senor.
Which reminds me, when shall I have the pleasure of conveying my respects and thanks to your mother?
Never. No, never. Good night, senor.
Even now, as I write this document, with the cold hand of death coming ever closer to me, I can still feel the warmth of that fire and see the portrait of the woman on the wall, illuminated by the flickering flames. For 10 days I gained in strength, saw no one but Felipe, and for 10 nights fell asleep with the face of that portrait looking down on me. The face of a magnificently beautiful woman, yet marred by a cruel, sullen, and sensual expression. I was struck by the strong resemblance to Felipe, and one morning as he served me my breakfast, that portrait on the wall...
An ancestor, senor. More coffee?
No, thank you. Who is that crossing the courtyard?
The padre.
He comes to hear your sister's confession?
Yes.
He's been doing that for some time, for many years?
Many years.
Well, then he would know who the woman in the portrait is. I could ask him.
You are not to ask questions. You are not. I have been told.
But who told you? Your mother, the senora?
You will be punished. You will see. You will be punished. And it will not be because of me or anything I have done. It will not be my fault.
And now my pen hesitates. Even today, 40 years later, I feel ashamed. I justified my action by telling myself that I was entitled to pierce the veil of mystery that surrounded this strange household. What I refused to admit was the spell the woman in the portrait had cast upon me. Day after day, the double knowledge of her wickedness and my weakness grew clearer. So, shamefully I confess, I set out to find Felipe, to continue questioning that childlike mind. I knew I would find him in the woods, but I didn't know I'd be horrified by my discovery.
Felipe, let that squirrel go. Let it go, I said. Yes, senor. I am sorry.
Sorry? What kind of person are you? A little while ago, you pretended to be upset because I didn't like your coffee, and now I find you torturing a poor, dumb animal. You're the one who deserves to be tortured. I'm going to tell your mother I don't want to see you again. You're not to serve me, you understand?
Please, senor, please. I go upon my knees to you. Forgive and bear with me, senor. I try so hard. Senor, forgive me, please.
Only if you promise never to do anything like this again.
Oh, I promise, Senor. I promise. Thank you, Senor. I promise. I swear, Senor.
Felipe! Felipe, come back! Come back here. I want to talk to you. But no amount of calling brought him back. I returned to the house, and as I walked slowly across the courtyard, I first saw my hostess. She was seated on an animal skin, leaning against a pillar, sunning herself. She was an elegant, sumptuous figure, and although she must have heard my footsteps, she seemed unconscious of my presence. Good day, Senora...
Cesar.
May I join you?
If you wish.
You know who I am?
A guest.
I should have presented myself to you before, but your son told me you are unavailable.
You may sit here if you stay out of my sun.
You like the sun?
It warms me, and I like warmth.
I really wanted to talk to you about the woman in the portrait in my room.
Portrait?
Yes, the painting. Surely you know it. Felipe told me she was one of the family. She fascinates me. Who was she?
I think she was my mother.
You think? Well, don't you know who... I beg your pardon. You look so much like the woman in the portrait. Your mother, I think you said. I really would like to know something about her.
The sun is going behind the clouds. I am afraid the black wind is coming, and we shall all suffer from it. I must bid you adios.
And she was gone, silently, gracefully. She was right about the wind. It came from the malarial lowlands and over the Sierras, and stormed about the house with a hollow buzzing that was wearisome to the ear, depressing to the mind, and jangled the nerves. By the time Felipe brought my supper, I was in a state of nervous exhaustion. Felipe also was in a state of nerves, his yellow eyes burning in his face like two candles, his hands shaking so that the silver clattered against the plates. For heaven's sake, stop that noise.
Sorry, Senor. It's the black wind. It pours and pours at you, telling you must do something, but you don't know what it is you must do.
Your mother? She seemed to be unhappy with the wind, too. You think she's ill?
Oh, Senor, with this wind, who can be well?
And now I must write of that black wind and blacker night. I went to bed early and couldn't sleep. But suddenly, a sound filled the house. I thought of Felipe and the squirrel. I ran to the door only to find that it was locked from the outside. It resisted all my efforts to open it. I sank to the floor, my hands pressed over my ears, trying to blot out those inhuman ravings. It was useless. The last thing I heard before losing consciousness was those ravings from hell.
There are those among us who feel that some mysteries are best left unsolved. Some secrets never should be told. Because George Capewell was not one who believed this, we can continue in a moment with Act Two. But I warn you, the discovery may well send a shuddering chill through your bones. Everyone within the range of my voice has experienced some evidence of love's blindness. The doting male sees his beloved as perfection, whereas the young girl may see his faults, but is certain that all that's needed to correct them is the gift of her love. George Capewell was destined to fall in love, profoundly, electrifyingly, overwhelmingly, for the first and last time in his life, only to find that this all-consuming passion was to lead him to the very brink of hell.
I must continue with this writing, so you will know why I leave this earth with no child to carry on the name of Capewell. Even though the writing brings back all the anguish and terror of those days more than 40 years ago. When I awoke on the floor the morning after the terrible night of the Black Wind, the sun was shining, and a cheerful Felipe appeared with my breakfast.
Good morning, senor. Is it not a beautiful day?
Yes, beautiful. And quiet. That'll be enough coffee for the moment.
Yes, senor.
What were those dreadful cries I heard last night?
The when, senor?
You know that's not true. And I mean to have the truth. Was it some animal you were torturing?
No, senor. I swear it was not. I promised you, senor. And Felipe keeps his promises.
Give me your hand, Felipe.
Yes, senor.
This is the hand that tortured that poor squirrel.
But, senor, I swore to you...
No use to struggle, Felipe. I'm stronger than you are. And unless I'm mistaken, this is the hand that locked my door last night.
Senor, please, let go of my hand.
I'm a stranger, Felipe, but I'm also a guest. And I will not be locked in my room like a criminal. Now, you understand?
Yes, senor. Yes. Thank you. I understand.
Now, how is it I never see your sister? Does she have some reason for avoiding me?
My sister is a good girl. It is she that keeps me up, senor. Without her, I would be lost, senor.
Then no doubt she's reproved you for your sin of cruelty.
12 times. And when I told her what you had done in the woods, she was pleased. Yes, she was happy.
Then who or what was unhappy enough to make those sounds in the night?
I have told you, senor. The wind. The black wind.
Now, you know I'm stronger than you are, Felipe.
Please, senor, let me go.
And I will get the truth if I have to shake it or beat it out of you.
Please, senor.
Yes, who is it?
Father Ramon, may I enter?
Yes, come in.
I was passing in the courtyard. I thought I heard a cry.
It was I, Padre. I burned my hand with the coffee.
Ah, so, Felipe, then I will be going.
No, Father, don't go. I'd like to speak to you.
Yes, my son.
If the senor doesn't need me.
You can go, Felipe. I should introduce myself, Father. I'm...
George Capewell, the guest here at the Residencia.
Yes, Father. And, well, you see before you a very puzzled and disturbed man.
Is there some way I can help?
I hope so, Father. Do you know the woman in this portrait on the wall?
Ah, yes. That is the likeness of Marla Cesar.
Well, I was hoping that you could tell me something about her.
She was the great-grandmother of the present daughter of the house, who is named after her. But why are you concerned with the painting?
Well, because of the beauty of the woman, because of the resemblance of the present Senora Cesar to this woman, and, well, because, Father, the woman in the portrait has cast a dark shadow on my mind.
I know that you came here to regain your health after a severe illness. Perhaps there are still some traces of fever that linger.
No fever in the world could make me hear the cries I heard last night, Father. They sounded like the bestial screams of a soul in hell.
And you think they came from the portrait?
The whole atmosphere of this residencia is strange. I've never seen the daughter of the house, and
That is how it should be. Oh, if you will forgive me, I should be with her now. I don't like to keep her waiting.
You're telling me to close my eyes and ears to everything that goes on and not interfere?
I am only reminding you that you are a guest, and you should remain a guest. Nothing more.
Sleep came to me early, and dreams filled the night. I tossed and turned as the dreams became more and more vivid. And then I remember waking to see that somehow the beautiful face had left its frame and was bending over me. Only the face was younger than in the portrait and softer, with great eyes that looked deep into mine. I tossed off the bedclothes and struck a match to light a candle. Where are you? Come back, please. I know you were here. Come back, I won't harm you. But there was only silence, and the cruel eyes of the portrait looking down at me. I sat up the rest of the night, and it was the next day when I came face to face with Marla Cesar, as she stood in her doorway after saying farewell to Father Ramon. Once again, I looked into those marvelous eyes, and then she turned quickly and closed the door. I rapped sharply. Senorita, please open the door.
Senor, it is useless.
What is useless?
That we should talk.
But we must.
We cannot.
Cannot? What will stop us?
I will. I know that what you're thinking is impossible.
Then you know what I'm thinking.
Of course.
And you'll turn your back on me? And my love?
I have no choice.
Nonsense. Everyone has a choice.
Except me.
Why do you say that?
I know. Believe me. I know.
All right, tell me why.
Please, senor. It is not permitted to love me.
Who will not permit it?
I will not.
Well, then again, I ask you why.
If you really loved me, you would not ask me.
If you really loved me, you'd tell me.
I did not say I loved you.
But your eyes speak for themselves. You knew we loved from the moment our eyes first met.
Are you not ashamed?
Of my love for you? No, never.
Of breaking the rules under which you came to be a guest in this house? Of using your worldly wisdom to make me betray myself and my family? Are these not shameful, senor?
I only know that I love you and you love me. And between two people who love, there must be trust.
And between us, senor, I tell you there can be nothing but a closed door.
As I look at the pages I've already written, I feel now as I felt then, the urge to stop, to seek no more answers. In my heart, I knew that the beautiful creature I loved had a strange mother and a pitiful brother. My heart told me that she was a child of an afflicted house. But all that mattered was that I should make her mine. For 2 days I walked in the woods with her image ever before my eyes. But she didn't appear. Then, on the 3rd day, Marla, my beloved, you came to me.
Yes, I came to you and I shouldn't. And I hate myself for it. I hate myself for my weakness.
Love isn't a weakness.
For me, it is.
And it gives me strength. Strength to ask you to marry me and to come away with me as my wife.
You don't know what you're saying.
I'm saying marry me and come away from this place. Come to my country and my house and let me show you how much I love you and how much I can give to you.
I can't.
Marla, we were drawn together by the miracle of love. It would be a sin to ignore this miracle.
This is madness. Goodbye.
Marla, come back. I won't let you go.
You must.
Never.
Please, don't touch me.
Don't be afraid. Once my arms are around you and our lips have met, you'll see that I'm right. You'll know that we belong together.
Oh, no. No.
Marla, how sweetly the name sounds on my lips. You do love me. Admit it, darling.
You will go away. Today. You will leave the residencia. And you must never return.
Fatalists believe that the threads of our lives are woven for us long before we embark on life's journey, and that it's useless to struggle against our destinies. But for centuries, the stuff of drama has been fashioned from a man's refusal to accept the inevitable, to fight on, no matter what the odds. George Capewell chose to fight, and we'll be back with the terrifying results of that decision in a few moments. To find love, only to lose it, is an age-old story. But usually the rejected lover knows in his heart why he's been rejected. George Capewell sensed that Marla Cesar had refused to marry him out of a nameless but genuine fear, a fear which he himself felt hung heavily over the Cesar household. George Capewell was convinced that if he only could discover the cause of this fear, he could dispel it, and he and Marla would live happily ever after.
As my life and this last will and testament draw near to a close, it becomes ever more difficult for me to find words adequate to describe the anguish and terror I felt more than 40 years ago in the remote and fear-ridden Cesar Residencia. I remember crossing the courtyard on my way to my room, trying to dam the raging torrent of my thoughts and seeing the sensuous figure of Senora Cesar dozing contentedly in her favorite spot in the sun. Senora.
Mm-hmm.
Senora, I'm sorry to disturb you, but I must talk with you.
Must? Why?
Your daughter has asked me to leave your house.
Why'd you come to me?
I want to know if you want me to go also.
You have done nothing to annoy me. What did you do to annoy her?
I fell in love with her and asked her to marry me.
Malice, a very pretty girl. Very pretty.
I know she loves me, and yet she asked me to leave. She has some reason for wanting me to go away, and, well, it occurred to me that maybe the reason concerns you.
I took care of Marla when she needed me. Now she's a grown woman. She can do as she pleases.
What was it that made those hellish sounds the other night?
Sounds? What sounds?
Well, surely you must remember it. It was the night of the black wind, and the cries and the screams of pain came from the throat of some animal or some human that was undergoing torment. They shook the house.
I heard nothing, but then I sleep very soundly.
She was lying, of course. I reached my room in a black rage and found a note in Marla's handwriting. I took it to the window to read. The words are seared into my brain. It read, "If you have any feeling for me, any love for Marla, go from here today. I beg of you, go." Almost insane with rage, I slammed my fist through the window. The pain and the blood flowing from my arm brought me partially to my senses. I tried to stem the flow of blood, but the cut was too deep. Through the shattered window, I saw the Senora. I ran down the stairs to the courtyard and approached her, holding out my arm. Senora, as you can see, I've cut myself rather badly. Could you help me stop the bleeding? Senora, what are you doing? Senora! For God's sake, stop! Stop it! Help!
Let me! Pull it off! Oh, dear God! Get her teeth out of his arm! Mama! Mama! You must stop it! Get her hair! Pull! Pull for the love of God!
I lost consciousness and remember waking up in bed in my room with Marla kneeling by my bedside.
Oh, my love, my love. Dear, precious heart, I should have sent you away long ago, but I didn't have the strength.
Don't cry, Marla. Darling, and don't blame yourself.
I have done as you asked, sister, and brought the carriage in front. Will he be able to travel?
He must, Felipe. You know that.
No. You think that now I'd go away and leave you with...
My mother. Can you sit up?
Of course I can. Oh!
He cannot walk. I will have to carry him.
No, I can't leave you here. It's dangerous.
I have lived here all my life.
Now that there are no longer any secrets between us, you must come with me.
Felipe, he must have a doctor. Take him where there will be no questions asked, and he can be attended to.
am I? What place is this? Marla? Where's Marla?
Old sir, easy, my son.
Father Ramon, what are you doing here?
Praying for you, my son.
Yes, but what is this place? How long have I been here?
July in the house of the Tegendama family. In the old days, they belonged to the Cesar estate. They still feel loyalty to the Cesar family. You have been here 3 days.
Yes, but who brought me here?
Filippi bore you, aided by one of the Tegendama sons.
And my wounds? Marla cared for them?
Only at first. Your cuts were too serious, so we sent for your doctor.
Cuts?
You put your hands through a glass window, did you not?
Sir, you know that I'm not asking this question out of idle curiosity. What of the Cesar family? What are they?
An unfortunate example of a declining race. Once rich and mighty, they are now poor and neglected.
But not by you. You visit Marla often. I've seen you.
Yes. The senorita is well informed.
And her mother? You do not visit her?
No.
Is she insane?
I can only answer that according to my belief. She is not, or was not. Oh, when she was young, she was wild, but she was surely sane.
You know I love Marla.
I know.
Then you will help me see her?
No.
But why not?
Such a meeting will only bring pain to you both.
It could also bring happiness.
How could that come about?
I propose to marry her and take her away from here, from the evil influences that pollute the residencia. This strain, or whatever it is, may live only in the place where it was born. If Marla were to be removed from this place with a man who loved her devotedly, wouldn't there be a chance?
I do not know. But in a matter of this kind, I would trust the judgment of the senorita.
Will you take her a message?
Before I answer that, I must tell you what the people of these parts believe about Marla's father. Marla's father was a good friend of the head of the house you are in now, the Tegendama house. One day he and his friend delivered some packages to the residencia. The friend met Marla's mother, then a young woman, and immediately fell in love. All the villagers knew it and warned him, but he could talk and think of nothing but the woman.
The way I feel about Marla.
Yes, my son, but with a difference. In wintertime there are terrible storms upon the mountain, and the passes become dangerous. On this one night, Francisco Tegendama and his friend found themselves on the pass before the residencia. It was a wild night with snow and wind. And now I use the words of Francisco, who swears that Marla's mother came out upon the gallery with a lamp in her hand and called to them. Francisco says there was death that night on the mountains, but he felt there was worse inside the house.
And did they go in?
Francisco's friend did, but Francisco wouldn't. He says that he even went down on his knees in the snow and begged his friend not to enter. But to no avail.
Well, what happened?
Heaven knows. The man was never seen again.
Will you tell Marla I must see her?
I will, my son. I promise. But still, she may not come.
You both know me. Tell her that unless she comes to me, I will go to her. I will return to the residencia.
It was wrong of you to send me that message with Father Raymond.
I wanted to see you to tell you that nothing matters. If you will not go away with me, I will stay here with you. I ask nothing. I love you.
Dearest, I know you love me, but listen. I wish with all my heart that I did not have to tell you these things. I prayed, oh, how I prayed that you would leave without seeing me or asking for me. But my prayers were not answered. I must teach you to see me for what I am, for what I may become.
Not you, Marla. I know your beauty not from your face, but from your soul.
Give me your hand. There. I place it against my heart. You feel the very beat of life. It only moves for you. It is yours.
But then why are you...
But it is mine. Think how affected you were by the portrait that hung in your bedroom. You remember that painting?
Yes, every line, every feature.
The woman who sat for it died years ago, and she did evil in her lifetime. Now recall the painting and look closely at me. And what do you see?
I see the beautiful girl I love.
But you also see that my eyes and my hair, the lines of my body, they're exactly the same as the portrait.
But the mouth is different. Your lovely mouth reveals only sweetness. The mouth in the portrait showed cruelty. Forget your family and be my wife.
You ask me to forget my family. Can't you see that no gesture I make, no tone in my voice, nor any glance from my eyes is wholly mine?
Yours and yours alone. It's you I love.
You think I can escape my heritage?
Of course.
And I tell you, my love, that the hands of the dead are in my bosom. They move me, they guide me.
Marla, I love you and not shadows from the past.
Shadows? Shadows bearing the weight of centuries. Wise, cunning, and cruel. Their flags led in war. The king called them cousin.
But in what you tell me, there's nothing of which to be ashamed, nothing to fear.
There came the change. My ancestors began to go down. Their minds fell asleep. Their passions awoke in gusts. Beauty was still handed down, but no longer guided by humanity. The seed passed on. It was wrapped in flesh. The flesh covered the bones, but they were the bones and the flesh of brutes. And their mind was as the mind of flies.
Oh, you've lived too long with this. Too long in that house. Too long with the portraits and the books I saw in your study.
You also saw Felipe and my mother. So you have seen for yourself how the wheel has gone backward with my doomed race.
But you overlook one thing, me. My heritage, my blood, my ancestors. I feel they'll be strong enough to...
And if they don't, you ask me to hand down this cursed vessel of humanity, charge it with fresh life as with fresh poison. Never.
I ask you to love me.
I already do. And that's why we shall never meet again. Even now, the people in this village are beginning to speak of your love for me, and they will not have it. Every day that you linger here increases your peril.
I'm not afraid.
I have given my vow. My vow that my race shall walk the earth no more. I shall be the last. I must go.
Wait, Marla, please.
You heard, and you know, I must go swiftly. Remember me as the woman who sent you away and yet would have longed to keep you forever. The girl who had no dearer hope than to forget you. And no greater fear than to be forgotten.
Marla. Marla. Come back. Now I can lay down my pen. My tale is told, and it answers the question I evaded for so long. Why I never married. Whether what I've written here is believed or disbelieved is of no importance. What is important is that I proved one fear of my beloved Marla to be groundless. Her fear that she would be forgotten.
Like George Capewell, I ask for neither belief nor disbelief. The pages of history are filled with the names of people who were burned at the stake because a lot of other people believed they were witches. Therefore, I must add a fact which George Capewell omitted. A few months after he returned to his home in America, the newspapers reported the destruction by fire of an ancient residencia in Spain belonging to the Cesar family. I'll be back shortly.
Who's looking at?
It is widely believed that love conquers all. What puzzles me is why this belief is so universal when our literature abounds in stories proving the exact opposite. My fancy is that we want to believe in the conquering power of love and goodness to balance our beliefs in the bad dreams of demons and destruction that at times haunt us all. Our cast included Richard Kiley, Roberta Maxwell, Ann Petoniak, Bob Caliban, and Ian Martin. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. What are you doing right now? Give me the next hour of your life. Let me fill it full of mystery and suspense. And who knows, that hour might just last as long as eternity. Is there a judgment, and is there a judge? At the very end, do we approach the final bar, the ultimate bench? We do, the philosopher tells us we do. And sitting there, ready to put on the white cap or the black, is the severest judge of all. And from his judgment, there is neither appeal nor hope of reprieve. For this judge, this last stern arbiter of our fate, is the very person each of us was meant to be.
Bill, I'm frightened.
But there's nothing to be scared of.
I know. I say that to myself. But I'm scared.
Look, I'm here.
That's why I'm scared.
Barbara, what do you say?
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm your husband.
No.
How can you say no? I'm Bill. Don't you know me?
I thought I did.
Look at me.
I'm afraid.
Why?
Sometimes you're not Bill.
What do you mean I'm not Bill? Who else could I be?
I don't know. Someone who... I feel you're someone who wants to kill me.
Our mystery drama, Every Blossom Dies, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Michael Tolan. Why does the moth constantly seek the flame? Surely the moth must be aware of the ultimate consequence. The question will only permit two answers. A, the moth is driven by mysterious forces beyond our comprehension, or B, the moth is out to have a good time and simply doesn't care. Like so many moths, there are so many girls like Georgia Temple. Pretty, vivacious, fun to be with, smart, except for one little thing. They have atrocious luck with men. I wish I could go on talking about Georgia longer because the moment I stop, she's going to be killed. But fortunately, none of us here may prevail against fate.
What are you doing? Why are you pointing that gun at me? It's not a joke, Billy. I don't like it. Billy, don't look at me like that. Billy!
I was worried.
Worried?
Well, you're late for dinner.
God, is it the first time, Barbara?
No. And it won't be the last. But you usually call.
I'm sorry. Did I ruin the steak?
Steak? You ought to do the shopping. You're lucky to get stew.
Huh. Well, if it's ready, I'm ready.
You know, I was really worried, Bill.
Why should you be worried?
You mean a cop's wife doesn't have the right to worry?
Oh, I'm not really a cop in that sense. I mean, I'm not in uniform. I'm called in after the crime, Jerry Ferris and me. Whatever shooting or stabbing...
Oh, please, Bill.
The rough stuff has already happened. Jerry and I, we do the gentleman's job, the inquiry it's called.
Well, you still should have phoned.
That's right. And there's no excuse.
I wanted to know about dinner, so I called the desk at 5, and they said you'd left for the day about an hour before. And do you know it's 7:30 now?
Well, darling,
No, honey, I'm sorry. I have no right to ask.
No, you have every right.
No, not under these conditions.
Barbara, if you want to know what I was...
because that would mean that I'm taking that note seriously.
Barbara, let me tell you.
I don't believe that note. It was sent by some vicious psychotic.
Darling, I want to explain.
If a person has something to say to me about my husband, if anyone wishes to accuse my husband of infidelity, let that person face me openly and with proof.
I'll tell you where I was this afternoon.
I just know you wouldn't have another woman.
Say, you are sure of me, aren't you?
I know you, that's all. It's just a note like that. Well, it's upsetting.
Darling, why didn't you let me see it?
Because
I could have taken it to headquarters and turned it over to the lab.
Well, I didn't want to get involved in anything, and... Oh, it's just a crank thing anyhow. I thought it'd be best all around if I just tore it up. I don't even know why I told you. Well, I'm just scared to think there are people with that type of mentality running around.
Look, the fact is, I left headquarters completely resolved to get home early when I saw someone, a hoodlum who has no business in this particular territory. I thought I'd keep an eye on him for a while to see where he might lead me.
And where did he lead you?
To a rooming house where he's evidently living. So I filed him in my mind for future reference and came home.
Well, I hope you like the stew. I made it with wine.
How could it be bad?
And a little music to aid the digestion.
Do you mind?
But I love it. You hear it everywhere.
That's the trouble. I've been listening to it all day.
So have I, and I never get tired of it.
Well, could we just do without it?
Oh, sure. But it's such a pretty tune.
I think it's the title that turns me off. Every flower must die.
No, it's Every Blossom Dies. Kind of gives it a feeling of mystery.
All right, if you really want to hear it.
Oh, not if it really bothers you.
No, it doesn't. Go ahead, play it.
No, I'd rather talk about something more important.
What?
Well, I hate to nag, but it's money. I'm short again this week.
I know. I know. Look, I just have this situation. Now, who could that be?
I'm afraid I know. Jerry Ferris tried to reach you half hour ago. He left word to call him.
Honey, why didn't you tell me?
I did want you at least to have your dinner.
Oh, well. Hello?
Bill, saddle and ride.
No, not me, friend Jerry. I'm starting my 48 hours off.
We got us a homicide. The address is 718 Hayes. You don't need more than 15 minutes to get here.
Ferris! Yeah, I better run.
Can't you just finish?
No, dear. I don't even know what kind of homicide we're up against. I better get right over there. I'm sorry.
Well, It isn't as if you didn't warn me before we were married.
Look, darling, about that note.
I've already forgotten about it. I wish you would, too.
718 Hayes. 718 Hayes.
What, Bill?
It's the address where I'm supposed to meet Jerry.
That's northeast, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, why should that address sound familiar?
You made good time.
Jerry, don't you have an ear for music? That needle's stuck in a groove.
I know.
Well, turn the damn thing off.
Don't be sore. I know I pulled you away from dinner.
Why are you just standing there listening to that?
I'll explain.
Well, the name on the door says Georgia Temple. Is that her on the floor?
Yeah.
Why? You mean Doc hasn't been here yet?
Everybody's been here and gone. I decided not to move her until you showed up. I want to get some of that famous Bill Maitland insight.
Well, I don't do too well on an empty stomach.
Bill, we got to crack this one. The mayor, the DA, they're all up for re-election. Safety, that's the big thing today.
Yeah, how can you knock it?
Incidentally, you signed out at 4 to go home, and we couldn't reach you.
I ran into a guy I knew from the Army. We stopped for a couple of beers. What do we got here?
Her name was Georgia Temple. Turns out she's an old girlfriend of yours.
I never knew a Georgia Temple.
Now, let's get that famous Bill Maitland memory in gear. The name, Georgia Temple.
Temple. Georgia Temple. Oh, there was that murder at the Carousel Club about a year ago.
Keep going.
Georgia Temple was the singer there. And we picked up everyone in the joint for questioning, and since we finished late at night, we gave her a lift home.
You mean you gave her a lift home? You topped me off first, as I recall.
Because I had to pass your house first.
I just mentioned a fact. I read nothing into it.
Anyhow, I just dropped her off.
I know. I kept thinking, what a shame. Both of us were married.
That doesn't stop a lot of guys.
But it short-circuits guys like you and me. You're too idealistic, and I'm too scared.
No wonder that address sounded familiar.
Yeah, well, we meet her again.
Clothes aren't mussed up. No signs of a fight?
No marks of any kind. Doc says just 3 shots.
You been through the place?
Just a quick glance around. Doesn't look like a robbery. There's her purse, good-looking portable TV. There's silver in the chest of drawers. Now let's rule out a robbery. And Doc's pretty sure she wasn't assaulted.
No sign of forced entry, so evidently she knew the guy. There's a lot of anger, a great deal of passion involved here.
Yeah, why?
She was shot 3 times. Why? Why fire 3 shots? Any one of them would have been enough. 1 in the head, 2 in the heart. As if the killer were determined to annihilate her completely.
Who do we look for? A disappointed boyfriend?
Those are always good. Who found the body?
The lady who has the apartment down the hall. I got her statement here. She kept hearing the music.
What music?
This.
Now, will you shut that off? It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, well, it was driving the neighbor nuts, too. It kept going and going for 2 hours at least. So she knocked on the door. She couldn't get any answer, and for some reason she got nervous. Called the police.
What was the reason she got nervous?
She couldn't say.
Well, if she's down the hall, let's ask her.
As I tell you, I heard the music, and I knew the needle must have been stuck.
And then, Mrs. Woodruff?
Well, I've already told this officer. I went down the hall, knocked on her door, but received no answer.
Yes?
I called to her. Miss Temple? Miss Temple, but there was no answer. Poor child, now I know why, and...
Yes? Miss Woodruff, why are you staring at me?
Well, I'm not staring at you, young man.
I'm sorry, perhaps I shouldn't have used that word, but it does appear that you are looking at me rather intently.
I'm sorry. I do give that impression sometimes. But it doesn't do me any good to look at anyone in any way. You see, I'm blind.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's quite all right.
You'd never know it, ma'am.
You'd never know it here in my home, where everything is meticulously arranged.
You say you heard the record player in Miss Temple's apartment, and it kept playing the same thing over and over again. There was no answer when you knocked on her door.
No answer.
And you became very nervous and called the police.
That is correct, sir.
What would have made you that nervous?
I can only say an old lady becomes nervous for any reason or no reason.
About Miss Temple?
She seemed a nice enough young lady. Of course, she'd only been living here a few months. I hear she was a singer,
Yes?
but she wasn't working.
What did she do during the day?
As far as I know, she didn't do anything. Although, well, I shouldn't say that. She did practice a lot. Voice, you know, and acting.
You heard her do this?
She had a tape recorder, and she'd work with it all day.
Did she have any visitors?
Well, I shouldn't say this.
Say what?
She had a gentleman friend.
Who?
I don't know who. He would come and go. I could hear them quarreling sometimes.
About what?
2 things. Always the same 2 things. Money was the first.
And the second thing?
He was unwilling to divorce his wife. Now I know why I felt nervous. This time their voices had an especially ugly tone. There was anger.
The man, did he have a distinctive voice?
Well, I never heard it very clearly. It was always on the other side of the wall.
What kind of voice was it?
What kind? Well, I would say he had a voice that sounded very much like yours, Lieutenant. Very much like yours.
If they say, physician, heal thyself, should they also say, policeman, investigate thyself? Well, there's such a thing as coincidence, and certainly we all know about circumstantial evidence. Right now, we only know that a girl named Georgia Temple has been shot to death in her apartment. We have no real evidence that could point to anyone. I'll be back shortly with Act 2. Georgia Temple was found shot to death in her apartment. The police are naturally asking the expected question: who killed Georgia Temple? So far, there isn't any evidence that would point to anyone. There is, however, a clue, a lead. It isn't much, but it's all we have, and it points at one person. And that person happens to be the police detective who is heading the investigation.
Let me understand this, Mrs. Woodruff. You've heard this man's voice.
Yes, Lieutenant.
And it reminds you of mine?
Well, it sounds like yours.
They say that sightless people have remarkable hearing.
Oh, it's like everything else. Some do, some don't. And the fact that your voice sounds almost exactly like the gentleman friend of Miss Temple's, well, that doesn't have to mean very much. After all, just as there are people who look very much alike, there are people who sound very much alike.
Thank you, Mrs. Woodruff.
I hope I've been able to help you, gentlemen.
You were very helpful, Mrs. Woodruff.
Well, Bill, have we cracked this case this fast? Are you the killer?
Yeah, if she's willing to testify under oath that it was my voice.
Were you pulling a fast one on everybody?
In what way?
In every way. Like you saw her home that time. You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
And maybe she said, why not come in for a nightcap?
Tell me more.
And maybe you did, and, well, maybe one thing led to another, and you've had this cozy little setup for the past couple of years.
Keep talking.
But you know the course of true love, it never runs smooth, and so maybe you have this fight and you pump 3 slugs into her.
Maybe you better check my service revolver.
I already got the lab report. The weapon was a .22 caliber.
Well, I guess that puts me in the clear, huh?
I guess it does. So where are we?
We know it's a guy. They quarreled. For any one of the maybe reasons or something else. How carefully have you searched the place?
We don't have any prints.
You mean no fingerprints at all?
None.
Not even hers?
Not even hers.
But her prints should be all over the place. After all, she lived here.
Nothing.
That means he took a rag and worked the whole apartment over. Because his prints must have been all over the place, too. This guy spent a lot of time here.
Somebody must have seen him.
Look, why don't you ring some doorbells? I'll poke around the apartment.
There's no good in the eyewitness department. 4 other tenants. Mrs. Woodruff, who's blind, we already know about. Down to 3. Mr. Sazerac's a musician, works all night, sleeps all day, doesn't know anything. Mr. McPhee has been in Afghanistan for the past 4 months. Nobody can tell us when he'll be back. The Lewises are in Florida, but they spend 6 months of the year. And that's it. Now, what do you got?
I looked through the garbage can. I found these papers. These half-torn, crumpled papers. Here, read.
Ask your husband where he is all the times when he tells you he's at work. Ask. And stuff that's crossed out.
Now read the next one.
Ask your husband where he is when he's supposed to be working. Ask him why money is so short. The rest is crossed out.
Yeah, she was writing or had written a note. These are just the copies she made the mistakes on. Then when she typed one finally that was okay, that was the one she sent.
Hey, that figures, Bill. She sent a note to the guy's wife. But why?
Who knows why? Maybe to force him into some kind of move, to put him in a position where he'd have to choose between them.
She's got a typewriter. I saw it in her bedroom.
Yeah, you can see these were typed on her machine.
So she sent the note. The guy's wife got it. She raised the roof. The guy got so mad he killed her. Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. So, somewhere there's a note that was typed on her machine. Some wife has it. If we find the wife, we find the guy.
Say, I remember you fellas. You're the cops that was in the place the night we had that unfortunate situation.
Tell us about Georgia Temple.
Poor Georgia.
Is that all you can say?
Well, that about sums it up. Poor Georgia. She left here about a year ago.
Did she go to another job?
Mm-mm. No, I guess you'd have to say she retired.
At her age?
Well, that's what it came to. Seems she started running around with a guy.
Who?
Nobody knows who. Anyhow, she must have been nuts about him. She quit singing just 'cause he told her to.
Why?
I asked her. She said he doesn't want me to be an entertainer. He doesn't want to share me. So she quit.
How did she live?
He was supporting her.
He must have been a man with money.
No, not too much. Not the type that's got it to throw around. After all, she wasn't living in the lap of luxury. That's what she wanted. She could have done better.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, she was a kid who could have gone places. But you know, some gals, they just get tied in with the wrong guys. I guess you fellas see things like this every day.
Maybe every other day.
You still didn't tell me why you wanted to come back to the apartment, Bill.
The tape recorder. Mrs. Woodruff said Georgia Temple worked with a tape recorder.
Yeah?
Where is it? Do you remember seeing it?
No. Maybe it was stolen.
Now, come on. Why would a guy come in here, kill her, and just take the tape recorder? She had money in her purse, remember?
Okay, let's look around.
Hey, hold it. I think I remember something. When I looked through her bag, I think I saw...
What?
Now, hold it. Lieutenant Maitland, let me have the property office, please.
What do you think you saw?
Maxwell, this is Bill Maitland. There's stuff that belonged to Georgia Temple. See if there's a pawn ticket. Yeah, I'll hold.
Pawn ticket?
She pawned the recorder.
But why?
She needed money. Look, the guy paid for everything else, the TV set, the furniture, the silver. But the tape recorder, that must have been hers. Yeah, Maxwell. There is? We'll be right down to pick it up.
Yeah? Yeah, I read about it in the paper. Well, what can you do?
You gave her $50 for this tape recorder?
It's a good one. High quality. Listen.
Sweet justice, let there be no delay, nor shadow of suspicion. Delay. A, that A sound. Say A, not A. Well, great actress you'll never be, Georgie. Back to the nightclubs for you. Let there be no delay. And let there be no delay tonight either. Have it out with Billy Boy without delay. Sweet justice, let there be no delay, nor shadow of suspicion. Honey, if he doesn't shape up, you'll have to...
Now, hold it. Let's run it back.
And And let there be no delay tonight either. Have it out with Billy Boy without delay.
Billy Boy. Billy.
Let it run.
Sweet justice, let there be no delay nor shadow of suspicion. Honey, if he doesn't shape up, you'll have to do something definite. Sweet justice, let there be
Let there be what?
a letter. We'll write a little letter, just a simple little note guaranteed to get his goat. Ask your husband where he is all the times when he tells you he's at work. Where is he spending those long evening hours? Signed, one of the girls. Well, Billy Boy, that should get us some action. You won't have to worry about divorcing her. Maybe she'll divorce you. That's the way to write it.
I guess that's all.
So now we know his name. Billy.
Every blossom dies.
Hi, Barb.
Bill, I thought you were coming home late tonight.
I am. Ferris and I are making the rounds at some of the watering places. I was at the Starlight Club just a few blocks from here. You want to shut that off for a minute? I'd just like to relax.
Oh, sure.
I don't know what there is about that song. It just... I don't know. It makes me nervous. I don't know why.
I think you're working too hard.
That's possible.
You're probably killing yourself.
I know, but that's me.
How's the case?
Inching along.
Why were you visiting the saloons?
Somebody must have seen that girl out with this guy. They had to go somewhere.
Why do you say that?
You're a woman. Would you be satisfied just to sit home and wait for your man and never get to go out?
Well, I do sit around here most of the time, don't I?
I'm sorry.
That's how it is.
No, it's just that this has been an unusually busy year.
No, it's just that you're an unusually busy cop. Your own partner, Jerry Ferris, is home a good deal of the time. I know, I talked to Janet. But I'm satisfied.
No, Barbara, you shouldn't be. It isn't right.
If it's the way you look at your job, your responsibility, then it's right.
No, I have another responsibility, and it's just as important. You.
Bill, I don't mind. And I do understand because I love you. And I want you to be happy in your work.
We're going away. Just as soon as this case is in the bag, I'm taking my leave. Do you realize I've got a whole month coming?
Are you sure you
And
want...
do you know where we're going? We're going to Europe.
Europe? Oh, Bill. Oh, how can we even talk about it? You yourself said money's very tight.
Yeah, but I think I'm out from under.
Now, think hard, Molly. The name Billy. What does it mean to you?
Not a thing.
She never spoke about a guy named Billy?
Nope.
You knew she was going out with a guy?
Yep.
Billy means nothing, huh?
Not in connection with Georgia Temple. Well, not to me, anyhow.
Jerry, let's get out of here.
You come across anything in your travels?
Nothing. Molly, don't they ever play any other kind of song in here?
I like it.
Where do you want to go now, Bill?
Back to the apartment.
Again?
Yeah. Let's start all over. I think I see the trail that will lead us straight to the killer.
What do we know for sure? We know a girl was killed. We know a man named Billy is the killer. We know they quarreled over money. We're pretty sure Georgia wrote an anonymous note to Billy's wife. We also know the police detective who is investigating the murder is also named Bill. His wife received an anonymous note accusing her husband of being with another woman. Well, before you reach any definite conclusions, wait until I return shortly with Act 3. The great French writer de Maupassant wrote a fascinating short story. The man was a professional knife thrower. His wife was his partner. He threw the heavy, sharp knives at her outlined form on the board. The slightest error of judgment on his part would mean death for her. But the audience was unaware of the real drama on the stage. She was unfaithful to him. He knew it. She even taunted him. Why? Didn't she know that he could have killed her by accident? But she knew a great secret. He was an artist. He could not deliberately make a mistake. So, she was safe. Why do we tell you this? What is the connection with our story? Well, don't you want to do any of the work yourself?
You still haven't told me why you wanted to come back to her apartment. We picked it clean. We found everything that was here.
Okay. Now let's look for what isn't here.
Like what?
The lab says she was killed because she was shot 3 times. It was a .22 caliber pistol.
Yeah?
Where's the gun?
Well, it would have been great if the guy had left it here, but as you well know, killers aren't usually that considerate.
Now, I don't expect him to leave the gun. But what should have been here that wasn't? And they should have been on the floor.
The shell casings.
You fire a pistol, the shell cases are ejected. Now, would the guy stop to look for him and pick him up?
Not likely.
No, but for our guy, it is likely. Smart, capable killer. No mess, no fuss. He picks a weapon that makes hardly any noise, just a crack that could be an automobile backfire. No panic. He cleans the place from top to bottom and does away with all his prints.
That's right. There's not a trace of him here.
Another thing. Notice this closet. It's empty. Would a woman have an empty closet in her house?
Never.
So what does it mean?
Means he kept some clothes here.
That's right. And he removed all traces of them. And of himself.
Well, we kind of knew all this about him, Bill. How do we move ahead?
What did he do with the gun?
He got rid of it.
Right. He wouldn't keep that gun 5 seconds longer than necessary. He knows he has to get rid of that weapon.
But where?
Okay, where? You're this guy. You just killed her. You've got the gun. You go to your car. You drive off. Now, just 900 yards from here is the bridge over the Westland River. A very deep, fast-flowing, murky body of water. So you stop the car. Is there a better place?
You know, Bill, you say this as if you can actually see it.
It's just a question of putting yourself in the killer's place, that's all. I have to come home for dinner more often. This chicken is great. You know, I forgot how fantastic a cook you are.
Bill, I was going through your closet today. I wanted to see if you had anything for the cleaners, and...
And what?
And I came across some clothes. New clothes.
Oh.
I don't remember you buying them.
How do you like them?
Well, they're not quite the conservative style you wear on your job.
They're not for the job. I just picked them up the other day. I passed by this place. They were having a sale. I'll need them for the trip.
What trip?
The trip to Europe, don't you remember?
Do you mean you were serious?
Sure. Why do you think I bought all these clothes?
Well, then we are going.
Look, tomorrow you go shopping.
Oh, Bill.
Can I depend on you to get yourself a complete wardrobe?
Oh, Bill, I'm so happy. I'll get it.
Hi, Barbara.
Oh, come on in, Ferris. Bill, it's your Siamese twin.
Anything new?
They found the gun.
Where?
Where you said. It was in the riverbed. Under the bridge.
Anything on it?
The lab's checking it now. Let's go down and wait for the report.
Oh, Bill, won't you finish your dinner?
Honey, put it away for me. I'll be starved when I get home.
Well, I don't know when you even have a minute for yourself. When did you get a chance to do that shopping?
What shopping?
You mean you boys have secrets from each other? Come here, I'll show you. How do you like that snazzy new wardrobe your partner picked up?
It's not bad. When'd you buy all these?
Simon Legree, you gave him some time off the other afternoon, remember?
No, I don't remember.
Well, we were checking out places where Georgia Temple might have been seen with her boyfriend. You and I'd split up. I passed by this store and did a little shopping on the city time.
As if the city doesn't owe you more time than it can ever pay you for.
Well, don't look at me.
We better get downtown and check out the story on that gun.
Ballistics establishes this little baby is the gun, all right.
What about the serial number?
Take a look. It's been filed off.
It can't be filed off completely. Lab can always find a trace.
This guy knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm stuck. I must be losing my grip.
Come on, Billy. Look at how you carried the case this far.
You mean we?
No, you. We'd be at ground zero without you. You found out about the note. You found out about the tape recorder, which gave us his first name. And you figured out where to look for the gun. That was great police work.
It's just routine police work, Jerry. And what does it mean? Now I'm stuck. This, guy, he's been making moves. And I've been finding the counter move to each of them. I get him to reveal his motive, then his first name, then where he tried to hide the murder weapon, and we find the gun. And from the serial number, I should be able to trace him down, but...
Bill, you feeling okay?
But there's no serial number. It's as if this guy knew every move I'd make, and he leads me on, feeds me one little clue after another. And just when I think I'm ready to go in for the kill, he yanks the rug out from under. You know something? Right now, I'm sure he's laughing at me.
We've been in spots like this before, Bill, hundreds of times.
No, there comes a time in every case when you know who's smarter. You are the guy you're after.
Bill, you don't know what you're saying.
What I'm saying is we're up against a killer who's smarter than we are. And that's why he's going to get away with it.
Hi. Jerry, Bill's left already.
I know. I came to see you.
Oh, well, come on in. What have you got there?
It's a portable typewriter.
Oh. Well, can I do something for you, Jerry?
Well, you'll have to answer a question, Barbara.
Oh, my, you sound serious.
I should. It's a matter of life and death. Barbara, did you get a note? A typewritten note suggesting that Bill might be seeing another woman?
What are you talking about?
I said it's a matter of life and death.
No, it's a matter of my own personal and private business.
The note was written by a girl named Georgia Temple.
Georgia? You mean the one who was murdered?
Yeah.
Well, but what would that have to do with...
Barbara, you did get the note.
How'd you know?
It's the only thing that makes sense. The only possibility left.
Why would she write me a note about Bill?
I said we have to help him.
Help him? Do what?
Get the killer. You see, right now, he's stuck. He needs a hand. He needs a clue. When we first came across the idea of the note, he said the note. Some wife has it. If we find the wife, we find the guy.
But I destroyed the note.
I have Miss Temple's typewriter.
Oh, you're trying to frame him. What makes you think I would help you?
Barbara, he killed her.
No. No, I don't believe you. You're talking about Bill.
I know, but not your Bill, another Bill.
I don't understand a word you're saying.
Please, Barbara, Bill is two people.
Two?
Yes. One is the hard-working, brilliant detective, your husband, the guy who loves you. The other is a wild kind of guy who lives in the same skull, but nobody ever knew about him, not even Bill himself. And suddenly this guy broke out. He fell for a girl named Georgia Temple.
Jerry, get out of here.
He had to kill her, and Bill's been trying to find him.
You're saying my Bill is a murderer.
I'm saying there's a part of me doesn't know about.
It all comes down to one thing. He's the killer.
Yes, he's the killer. Say it that way. But he's blocked it. It's gone from his mind.
Jerry, what am I going to do?
Help him. Help him find the note. He'll do the rest. Barbara, it has to be done.
Mind if I put something on the record player, Bill?
No, of course not. How did he know enough to get rid of the serial number?
What are you saying, darling?
He knew enough to file it down all the way. I would have had him. Why do I see it so clearly? Actually, it's the way I would have done it myself. But I'll get him. He left something loose. He couldn't have tied everything up. Barbara, don't you hear that thing? It's stuck.
Well, if it bothers you, turn it off.
Well, that silly thing bothers me even when it isn't stuck. Every blossom dies. What a name for a song.
Well, turn it off, honey, if it bothers you so much.
All right, I will. Did you, drop this piece of paper on the floor?
What piece of paper?
Here.
Huh? What does it say?
It says, Dear Mrs. Maitland, ask your husband where he is all the times when he tells you he's at work. Where is he spending those long evening hours?
Hi, Bill. I think I found a new lead.
Forget it. We just won the whole ball game. We found the note.
Oh, Bill.
Note?
The note Georgia Temple wrote to the guy's wife. Remember what we said? Find the wife and you got the guy.
Yeah.
We got the wife. Dear Mrs. Maitland. Her husband's the killer. Her husband.
Yes, Bill?
But I'm her husband.
Yes, Bill.
No, I didn't kill her. I didn't kill her.
Bill, tell that to Detective Lieutenant Bill Maitland. Tell the detective you didn't kill her.
Oh, Bill.
Barbara, I didn't. How could I?
I don't care, Bill. I'll stay with
you.
But
I didn't.
You see it now, Bill. Bill, can you?
Yes, Jerry, I see it now.
What happened?
What happened? You know what happened. You thought it was a joke when you said it back at her apartment. I thought it was a joke. You said, did you take her home that night? And did she ask you in for a nightcap? And did one thing lead to another? Well, yes. It did. It did. But a thing like that, it was wrong, and it kept getting worse, and I couldn't face it anymore. It wouldn't go away. She wouldn't go away, or maybe I couldn't stay away, so I had to blast it away, wipe it out. I fired 3 shots, and it was gone. And I was released. I was free. As if it had never happened.
Lieutenant, we've got all the evidence. Do you want to bring him in?
Jerry, we have to bring him in. He's a killer.
Temporary insanity was the way it finally wound up legally. Bill is no longer a cop. He had undergone a long period of treatment, and he and Barbara live quietly together now. Bill's life isn't very exciting, but it has other satisfactions. At least, Bill knows who he is. In music, they have what is known as theme and variations. Often one composer will take a theme written by another and write a beautiful series of variations on it. The basic theme of today's story was, of course, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which was a variation by Stevenson on a famous medieval legend. Jekyll and Hyde, a famous partnership which only requires one person, and you find it so often in almost everyone. Our cast included Michael Tolan, George Petrie, Catherine Byers, and E.V. Juster. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.